Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Iain Lee's New Year's Eve party on Talk Radio.
I thought love was only true in fairy tales, and for someone else, but not for me. Our love was out to get me. That's the way it seemed. Disappointment haunted all my dreams. Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. I thought love was more or less a given thing. Seems the more I gave, the less I got. What's the use in trying? All you get is pain. When I needed sunshine and not rain. Oh, then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. Yes, I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. Said I'm a believer. Said I'm a believer.
Well, good evening, dear listener. This is Iain Lee. This is... Isn't that delicious? Shh. Beautiful. And then it stops. Good evening. Happy New Year. This is Iain Lee. This is the Talk Radio New Year's Eve party for people what hate New Year's Eve. And I thought tonight... 0344 499 1000, by the way. We're here for 4 hours. Sweet Lord. I thought tonight, instead of doing one of those miserable looks back, you can call in about anything, by the way, as per usual. You know, any of your nonsense. You want to tell me what you got up to over Christmas, or I don't care. I mean, I don't care what you call in about. Obviously, I care deeply about what you got up to over Christmas. But instead of doing one of those slightly morose, well, let's go through 2016 month by month, and we'll start by looking at all of the celebrities we lost. I kind of thought that maybe we could celebrate. Can we celebrate? And when I say celebrate, I don't mean necessarily the big good things that happened, like Brexit. It's a joke, guys. It's a joke. It's not a joke for 52% of you. I kind of mean like the small things that happened to you. So someone sent me a tweet earlier on, and I think they were being slightly flippant, but they've summed it up perfectly. They said, I had a good run of double yolk eggs in August. I said, perfect. That's the kind of stuff I want to celebrate this evening. So 0344 499 1000. I'm also, if you've got any predictions for next year, I thought maybe we could jot down some predictions. We're not predicting who's dying. We're not doing that. The boss told me, Ian, don't do that, otherwise there'll be serious trouble. So that's kind of it, really. It's been... let me kind of put my year into context. This time last year, I know pretty much exactly where I was. I was at home, miserable, after losing a job, and I was obsessing, and this bit sounds weird, but I don't mean it to sound weird. I was obsessing about Gary Glitter at the time. I don't know why. I had a lot of time on my hands, and I kind of fell down a Gary Glitter rabbit hole. That's an inappropriate phrase. Anyway, and I was watching lots of Gary Glitter videos on YouTube, and the beginning of the year, the end of last year, the beginning of the year was a tough old time for me. I was not particularly well. I kind of maybe I had a breakdown. I don't really know what that means. And it was kind of tough. So for me, I would say the highlight of this year is I got a job. Imagine that! I got a job, and not just any job. I got the dream job of hosting a late night phone-in show on a national radio station where I'm allowed to pretty much do whatever I want. Isn't that right, Alan?
Yes, it is. Hip, hip, hip.
Thank you very much indeed. So, with that in mind...
Where is that?
Where is the what?
Where are you doing this programme?
I'm doing it on Talk Radio, John.
Thank you.
But they will know that because they are listening.
Right.
We have people in the studio with us this evening, and all listeners to the show. And I said to them, literally, as the news was going on, I said, I really wish I hadn't asked you guys in, because I hate having people in the studio.
Specifically me, you said.
Specifically you. So let's go round. They're all blokes. Very blokish. We're going to get the beers out, and it's going to kick off in a minute. We're going to have a fight. Trousers will be coming off. So we got 4 out of this stuff, so let's not shoot our bolt completely, but let's have a little brief introduction. Your name, rank and number.
John Dredge, 48, that's my number.
Oh.
Rank, I'm not sure at this point. I'll come back to you on that
Okay. And for those... You call the show quite regularly, but some of the listeners may have seen you pushing a wheelbarrow across the stage.
Yes, during Performance Ring, the first Performance Ring, I was able to push a wheelbarrow across the stage and back to quite a good reception from your listeners.
Considering it was you pushing a wheelbarrow, it was an excellent reception. Eben.
Hello, I'm Eben.
You don't have to do it like an audition piece. Don't feel. Listen, Eben is a regular caller to the show, and I'm sure some of you will recognise the voice. And again, at the same Performance Ring, you showed a short film that you made. You look quite nervous, and I'm not saying that to kind of, I'm asking, are you nervous?
Yeah, a bit, because I've never been on the radio like this in the studio.
It's weird, isn't it? Is this more nerve-wracking? Because I get nervous phoning up radio stations, which I do from time to time. I hate that. I get the wobbly leg and I get the dry mouth. Sitting in the studio with a red light for me is my office. It's where I work. So this is a little bit...
Yeah, this is more nervous than calling in.
Is it really?
Yeah, just a bit new and...
Well, you've got 4 hours to settle down. And I've said to everyone, by the way, they can leave at any point this evening. There is no... you don't have to stay. JP...
Hello, Ian.
Nice to see you.
And to see you. See you nice.
We won't go on about it too much, but people...
We have a relationship.
We have a relationship. Some people may recognise your voice.
Yes, well, maybe.
Well, some people will.
Yeah.
Because you're on Radio 4 on Saturday mornings.
Yeah, I'm on the elite station.
He's all posh and proper.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here.
We had. You're not the first Radio 4 person on the show.
Oh,
Samira Ahmed called him one evening.
Oh, did she?
Yes, she did from Front Row.
Front Row,
yes,
that's right.
Yes,
Yeah.
So you do the show on Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
Is it fair to say, or is this demeaning, you are their roving reporter? Is that?
I think that's fair enough. It's Saturday Live, Radio 4, 9 to 10:30 Saturday mornings. I can't remember what's on here. Competing with it, but I'm sure off the top of your head.
I think we realise the competition is too great.
Right. Okay.
That we just switch off for that 90 minutes.
I'm a sort of a producer, reporter type person on the programme, but most of my stuff is I go out and interview, just ordinary people. Yeah. The programme's about the ordinary lives of ordinary people and the interesting stories that everyone have, which most people do. Yeah. Well, most people, they do say that everyone's got an interesting story in them. I don't. But the reason I love doing this job is because I don't. So I love hearing other people's interesting stories.
And I buy into this thing totally, and this is kind of part of what the show is the theory that everyone's got a story in them. But we don't realise that our stories are interesting. You saying that you work on a Radio 4 show.
Well, yes.
To you, it's like, well.
Yeah.
But to a lot of people, that's like, oh, no, I listen to that. That's good. I like that.
That's true. And I often, I've been on this particular show 10 years.
Wow.
And I've been at the BBC, and I don't look it, but I've been at the BBC 25 years.
Sweet
next
Lord.
Year, next year from...
Which next year? 2017?
2017.
Okay,
yeah.
Wow. So we're coming up to your anniversary.
Yeah. So I'm hoping I'll maybe get a few days holiday or something. But it's true, you go in every day and you think, I'm bored with this. But if you say to someone, or have I go out and meet listeners and record and say, you have a really fantastic job. You're a reporter at Radio 4. And I understand that. Yes, it is a great job. But when you've been doing something for a long time, it's like everybody's job. They just, it's on
of course
treadmill.
it is. And people say, gosh, you must interview some amazing people. What are all those pop stars like?
Yeah.
Most of them are boring. There's
most of them are very ordinary. That's the thing. I've interviewed a lot of ordinary listeners, but I've also interviewed a lot of famous people over the years, and they're just ordinary people, just like me. And I sort of think, actually, they're bound to have these glamorous lifestyles. Not really,
Yeah.
Can I just quickly say hello to my mum, because she's listening, and she's leaving at 9:30 to go and watch Mrs. Brown's Boys. So I just wanted to say hello to her.
That's what I'm doing.
In fact, that's what we're all doing, isn't it? Yeah.
They're on the TV, are they? Or she's going to see them live?
No, it's on the telly tonight. It's the New Year's Eve programme. Yeah.
I don't want to be... what's your mum's name?
Mary.
Hello, Mary. God bless you, Mary.
She's a great woman.
I'm sure all mums are brilliant.
She'll kill me tomorrow.
All mums are brilliant. Hello, Mary. I've never seen Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Yeah.
Is it... it's one of those comedies that people get very, very snobby about, and it's rubbish. But it gets millions of people watching it.
I mean, I'm not a big fan myself, but my parents love it, and I know lots of people who love it, and it's the audience figures that matter, isn't it, in broadcasting nowadays? And if lots of people like it, then, give it to them. That's what I say.
We've got Danny in the studio as well. Good evening, Danny.
This is the sound of my voice.
There we go. That's it. That works as well. We've got. We've never had so many people in the studio. You're wearing a headset which looks like you could be working in a call centre.
I was thinking more Madonna, like circa 1991.
That is not... I'm sorry, that is not a Madonna vibe that you're rocking there. That is definitely...
Madonna doesn't have a beard at the moment, does she?
No, there's none of that. Danny, do you want to give us a little bit about yourself? You don't have to. It's not compulsory.
I don't know. I was just thinking I'm the opposite of Eben in that I think I'm feeling a little less nervous now than I was when I called the first time a few nights ago, and then it was slightly less the night after when I called in to confirm that I would be here, and now I'm here. It's like wandering into Moe's Tavern or the Bridge of the Starship Enterprise.
Is anyone feeling aroused? Because I hope that is off limits tonight. That is off limits. We're having none of those shenanigans. Right, 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. We've already got Caddick lined up, and we've got Mark, and we've got Lee, and I think I may have just seen Nigel from Maidstone calling in.
Wonderful.
Guys,
that's why I'm here.
It's one of those nights.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Iain Lee's New Year's Eve party on Talk Radio.
Here we go. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. It's Tijuana, Aquarius. Danny, this is one of your records.
Mm-hmm.
You've brought this in. We've got a lot of Tijuana, the sweet sounds of Tijuana, where it's basically... What is Tijuana music? It's just trumpets, is it, with pictures of hot women on the cover?
Yeah, I don't know whether it's sort of on the border, sort of San Diego.
It doesn't sound very much on the border. It sounds... quite in the middle of the mainstream. I don't know. I mean, it's
no. I mean, the US-Mexico border.
I see.
Originates.
Well, I'm reminded of when I took my mum. I love hair. Have you seen Hair?
I haven't got any hair.
I know. I'm looking at you, and I'm sorry, JP. I took my mum to see Hair the musical. I love Hair the musical. It's the only musical I can dig. And I took my mum, and she's in a wheelchair. So you get the front seat by the balcony, and it's by the edge of the the kind of aisle. And of course, at the end of Act 1, they all strip off their clothes and start jumping around. And so my mum is sat there in her wheelchair on the end of the line, and this guy is kind of similar to the Danny Baker thing. This guy starts coming up to her with everything there, and she's sat there, and he puts his leg up on the balcony like this.
Like you're doing to me now.
Yes, exactly. Except he had no trousers or pants on, JP.
Like you're doing to me now.
And, well, the look on my mum's face, she said, I've not seen one of those for a long, long time, Ian. And, Alan Caddick's on the line.
Hip, 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 everyone.
Hip, 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 Alan. Good evening, Alan. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. What you got for us, Caddick?
Well, it's been a bad year for me.
Oh.
Because you know what happened with my mum and all that.
Yeah, but she's well now, isn't she?
Yeah, she's at home with my dad recovering.
Well, then let's celebrate that, Alan. Instead of saying it's been a bad year for you, say it's the year has ended on a positive, with your mum returning home better.
Yeah, and I had a win on with King George on last Monday.
You had a what?
I had a win on the horses.
Oh, have we got any betting people here?
No, I did bet on a greyhound once, 10p.
Yes,
I lost.
Last dog.
The greyhounds, you're only allowed to do like small bets.
Small bets,
you?
Yeah.
You can't do big.
Doesn't appeal to me at all.
No.
You know, the whole gambling thing. I'm glad I never got into it.
You don't like the idea of giving money away to other people.
Yeah, that's essentially
That's what it is,
yeah.
isn't it? I used to go to I went to a casino a few times. I don't want to say used to because it sounds like it was a regular thing. But I would go and play roulette, but I'd only do the black or red. And the first time I went, I won about 300 quid, and it was enough to take me and my girlfriend to Prague for the weekend.
Oh, so you didn't think of actually betting all that again?
Oh God, no. The buzz was not. It wasn't so exciting. I thought I've got to keep doing this. It was very much right. I've done that. We're off. Thank you very much indeed.
Nice.
Well, that's good news, Alan.
Well, I've got that leading me to my prediction for next year.
What are your predictions for next year?
Well, Little Crack's going to win the Gold Cup at Cheltenham.
Hang on a minute. Who's going to win it?
Little Crack.
Russell Crack?
No, Thistle.
Thistle Crack?
Yeah, that's the name of the horse.
I thought that they'd made it that you couldn't give horses stupid names anymore. I saw a rule came in about 6 years ago.
So they're all like Derek or something?
Yeah.
The stupid horse name rule.
Thistle Crack will win the Grand National.
Take a note of that one.
No, the Gold Cup at Cheltenham.
Okie dokie, yeah. Okay, anything else?
Colin Tizard will be champion trainer.
I wish... Just say that again.
Colin Tizard will be champion trainer.
Okie dokie, yes, okay.
And Frankie Dettori will win the Derby.
Frankie Dettori.
On a horse or...?
On a horse.
Okay, just checking.
Very, very, very quick there.
That was good.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was the best joke so far.
Yeah.
Are we keeping scores on jokes? I didn't realise this was a competition. I didn't realise this was a competition. Well, Caddick, it's what are you going to be doing this evening? Just listening to this rubbish?
Well, of course, and I'll be at the party at the Crown, which I am now.
Well, that sounds absolutely magical, Alan.
And it's karaoke as well.
And are you allowed to sing tonight?
I sung earlier.
What did you sing?
Robbie Williams and Matt the Knife.
Robbie Williams.
That old classic. The old traditional version.
Robbie Williams and Mac the Knife. Are you kidding me, Alan?
Well, I did another one of Robbie's earlier as well, Angels.
Well, why don't you give us a little bit of Angels now, Alan?
I sit away.
Okay. 03.
Did anyone see that bizarre film about Bobby Darin, was it? And the main actor was
Kevin Spacey?
Kevin Spacey, thank you.
Yes.
Who was far too old to play Bobby Darin.
It was a vanity project, wasn't it? I saw.
Oh yeah, it's an odd film, wasn't it?
Yeah. I didn't see it.
Oh well, good idea.
Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.
Let's go to Mark. Evening, Mark.
Oh, good Lord. Hello.
Well, you sound surprised, Mark, almost as if you didn't realise you'd phoned up a radio station and that you'd be coming on the air.
It was a while ago that I phoned, but I've got there in the end.
You've got... Well, this is only 26 minutes. These things happen. What you got for us, Mark?
I didn't really want to ring to talk about eggs, but that seems to have come up.
Yes.
My other half works for the Welsh Government.
Yes.
And they've got somebody who comes round.
Yes.
Who is a former civil servant and comes round and sells them eggs and
Yes.
he's the egg man.
Yes.
And he is who I got half a dozen eggs off him, and 5 of them were double yolkers.
Hang on a minute.
5 out of the 6
were double yolkers.
5 out of the 6.
This is unprecedented, Mark.
Hold on, this is amazing.
This is unprecedented. And what happens? Do you get a reward when that happens?
Well, you get 5 extra yolks.
Well, I suppose that would be the thing. Well, Mark, that really is great news.
Well, it was like having 11 eggs for the price of 6, really.
You don't get double yolkers so much these days. Not since Europe, guys. Not since Europe. In the 70s, we get double yolkers all the time.
Can I tell you, I have never experienced a double yoker in my life.
Oh, come on,
No,
JP!
I've never had a double yoker.
You've never experienced the delights, the carnal delights.
What's it like getting a double when you crack open an egg?
I tell you what it's like. And I've not had one for years, but in our house it'll be, here, kids, come and have a look at this. It's a double yoker. And then you go, oh yeah, that's brilliant. And you go off and you get, kids, it's another one. It's a joy.
So to get 5,
Wow.
it must be an incredible feeling.
And yet the alt-right and the Katie Hopkins of the world would want us to think this has been an awful, awful year, and this guy is bucking the trend, huh? Huh?
Well, that was it. I went to the living room and I said, I've got a double yoker. And,
that's what you say.
I went back to do the rest of them.
Yes.
And then there was another one. I went, I've got another one.
How many people were you cooking for?
I was cooking for 4 people in total.
You were going to do 6 eggs?
Yeah, I did all 6 eggs, yeah.
At what point, Mark, did it stop being exciting? Number 4?
Well, between 3 and 4, I stopped reporting them. But when it got to 5...
Yeah. You went back to reporting
I went back and said...
6 must have been a real disappointment.
It was a bit of a letdown, but I managed to...
You're okay. You came out the other side. You came out the other side. You're a good lad, Mark. Well, listen, if only we should all be so lucky as to have double yokers like that.
Yes.
Go on. Oh, there's more.
Wasn't really what I wanted to phone in about.
Oh, now listen, you've come in very, very high with the double yokers. Are you sure that your main topic of conversation is going to be anywhere near as good as that?
Well, it's utopia.
What?
Utopia.
Utopia?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what utopia is?
Well, I think I do. It's like Nirvana, isn't it?
Do you mean the Todd Rundgren group?
Not as such. I mean the
like paradise.
The concept of...
Yeah, the concept, the ideal...
This is getting very heavy at 29 minutes
Is
past
there
9.
going to be an egg involved here anywhere?
Well, that could be part of it, if that is what...
Well, then I'm interested. I'm interested.
Tell us about this eggy utopia you've come up with, Mark, and how we're going to achieve it.
Well, it's not about us achieving it as such. It's I'm starting a website, which is where not necessarily politicians, but primarily politicians can outline what they think utopia is.
Right.
So they can write down their ideal society and what they're doing to move towards that.
Right.
Well, double yokers would be in there.
What's that got to do with eggs?
Hang on a minute. He's getting to the eggs bit, guys. Just give him a break. This sounds like it could be the start of something great. And then what happens? Then we make utopia.
Well, the idea is that then whenever any politicians are coming up with decisions and whatnot, we can then challenge them on how is that moving towards the idea of utopia.
How many politicians have you got signed up for this exciting project, Mark?
I've got none so far, but I'm sure they'll all be up for it.
I'm sure they will be, Mark. Well, if you write to them, politicians, care of the Houses of Parliament, London, I'm sure they'll all be getting back in touch.
Yep.
Thanks for calling, Mark. Wow. OK.
That was good.
Oh, it's so nice having your professional broadcaster here. No disrespect to you three.
Where?
Because I can just sit back. You're going in with all the questions, which is brilliant. It's not criticism.
No, your joke there was eggs. What was the joke you said?
He's doing the jokes. John's doing the jokes.
Sorry, John's doing the jokes.
You're doing the questions. Eben and Danny, we're going to find roles for you. Trust me. Trust me. We are going to find roles for you.
Anything to do with eggs, come to me straight away.
0344 499 1000. This is Late Nights with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Iain Lee's New Year's Eve party on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Let's do this. Oh. Nigel?
Hello.
Hey.
Oh. Sorry, I was just turning the telly down.
You watching the telly, are you?
Mrs. Brown's
no,
Boys?
No, turn it down. But telling Mum to turn it down.
What's she watching?
The Chatty Man special.
Chatty Man?
That'd be good, yeah.
That's good, yeah.
Chatty Man.
Good. He's quite funny, isn't
I like Alan Carr. I think he's very good. I saw him in...
he's a good stand-up, isn't he?
Yeah, that's right. I watched Nativity the other day with my boys, and he's in that, and he's very funny in that.
Oh, he does a bit of everything then, really.
Apparently so, that's the rumour.
An all-round man. Would you like to pull a cracker with me? Can you reach? That's my joke.
Yes, I wouldn't open with it. I tell you what, Nigel.
Pull a cracker with me.
Yeah.
It's a cracker.
Okay.
That comedian, it was a cracker.
Frank Carson.
Yes,
Frank Carson, yeah, he was good, wasn't he? Frank Carson, amazing comedian.
Can I say hello to Nigel? Because
are you a fan?
I like Irish people.
Nigel, I'm a really big fan of yours because...
Oh, thanks, yeah, you've got a lovely voice.
Oh, thanks very much. You've got a lovely singing voice.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to sing a song in a minute with you.
Do you know, I was really hoping, because I've been listening to you for a long time. I used to listen to James Whale on Talk Sport. And you used to phone in and you used to do bits.
It must be some time back now.
It's a long time ago.
He's very old, Nigel.
Yeah.
He's very, very old.
But, I just loved... I mean, I'd love to hear you do an Auld Lang Syne or something like that.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Mate, but not till 12 o'clock.
Not till 12
Oh, right, okay, fair enough.
Calm down.
Fair enough.
Calm down.
Happy New Year, anyway. Happy New Year.
I tell you what, let's... Because JP, Nigel, is... have you heard of Radio 4?
Yes.
Okay, he's on there. He does a show on there, and he's a DJ on Radio 4.
Yeah.
And he interviews people. So why don't I sit back and let's pretend we're on Radio 4, and should we hear how the conversation would go?
Yeah, sure. Okay then. Okay. What's his name?
His name's JP.
Hi,
JP. JP. Okay.
Yeah, well, guess
what's your real name?
Well, he's destroyed you there, mate. He has destroyed you.
It's Robin Day would struggle to recover from that.
It stands for John Patrick. Surprise.
Well, my name is Patrick, and I've got an Irish name in my name.
What's your full name? It's Nigel Patrick.
Nigel Patrick Reader. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Nigel, I've been listening to you for a long time, as I say. What do you get up to when you're not phoning radio stations?
Well, I do a lot of cycling to keep fit, because I broke both my legs. I've got metal in both legs. Metal Mickey, they call me.
Right.
Because I had 2 accidents on a bike and had to have 2 hip replacements, which were very... and I was in hospital over... Funny enough, the bad things seemed to happen at Christmas. One year I was in hospital over Christmas. So that wasn't very good. And it happened twice. In 2 years, I broke both legs, sort of one a year.
So did you, during the day then, do you...
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm not working. No, of course I'm not working. But, I was a professional drummer up to about 15 years ago. I was a professional drummer 7 days a week.
7 days a week, drumming?
Yeah, in pubs. Well, actually, with a Peter Elligate show band when we were backing big stars at the time. But some of the gigs I had were in pubs as well, like the Green Man pub in the Old Kent Road. And
what stars were you backing?
We told you, Nigel. We can't say that word, Nigel. We can't.
What should I say then?
Well, you should. I think you should say Happy New Year, and you can't say that word, Nigel. Come on. You want to sing for us?
Yes, I was going to say, I have got a lady friend that's Irish now.
Wow.
Oh, tell me more.
She's 70.
Right.
She's 70, well, coming up to 70, but she's obviously a widow at the moment, but she's going to ring me after Christmas, and I met her the other day, and I get on like a house on fire with her.
Gosh.
Because she's interested in music and stuff.
Well, that's fantastic, Nigel.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for her to call back just after.
How did you meet her?
Just in the street, really, just chatting, asking about the weather and stuff, and then I got
what
a chat up line.
How do you ask about the weather? Do you go up and say what?
I walk past a person, I say, it's cold today, isn't it? And then they start talking to me, and then I go on to another subject.
I've got to try that.
I'm quite clever at chatting people up, really.
Well done.
Right,
well
chat me up now, Nigel.
Because I was a red coat at Butlins, was it 25 years ago? Butlins red coat for a while. And of course, I'm used to talking to people. Mm-hmm. They put the red jacket on me.
Oh, you need the red jacket on?
Yeah, so it was fun.
So you were the sort of Bobby Davro of your day, were you?
I was only a red coat for a time. But it's because I won the talent competition as a singer. Yeah. They said I was so good, they reckon, that they put the red coat on me to go walk about.
Nigel, would you like to have been a famous singer?
I was a famous drummer, but I did used to sing and drum at the same time in clubs and pubs as well. So I did a bit of both, really.
So you're a famous singer and drummer.
Would you like to have been? Would you like to have had been a famous singer? Do you feel that's maybe passed you by now, or?
I don't know. I think my sort of career is just as good now as it was before. Being on the internet has made a lot of difference, hasn't it, all around the world?
That's good.
People couldn't see you unless you had the internet all around the world.
Well, Nigel, would you like to perform a song this evening?
I've got this thing ready. It's a jingle I made up about Britney Spears when she cut her hair.
Topical.
It's quite original.
Yep, topical. Okay, let's go.
I'll bung it on.
Let's see how offensive this is.
Bung it on. Okay, here we go. Will I talk to you afterwards? It's only a short jingle.
Let's see let's see how many times I have to press the dump button.
Happy New Year to everybody, anyway. To all my fans, Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year to you, Nigel.
And to you, JP, and Ian Lee, and Katherine. Okay, here we go.
Clever.
She shaved her head again. Britney Spears, one and all. What's she gonna do next? Britney Spears is the one. I do not know what to say. She's such a fabulous girl. Always moaning about what she looks like, but she looks fine too. It's Britney Spears. She's always in the news.
Dun, dun, dun. You're listening to Talk Radio. It's our New Year's Eve party.
What a party.
What a party. We got John.
Mid-late.
It's Britney Spears. She's always in the news. What's it gonna be today? Has she cut her hair again? No, 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 no. She doesn't sing bad. She looks okay too, but I don't know what to say. It's Britney Spears. She's always in the news today. It's Britney Spears. She's in the news. What about that?
What about that?
Well
What about that?
Yeah.
Well done. That was excellent, Nigel.
Yeah, well, Well, it's difficult to make up words for a singer, isn't it?
It is for such a specific moment of emotional turmoil in a young lady's life. I think you captured.
It was a topical thing, wasn't it? Because she cut her hair.
Well, it's topical at the time, yeah.
At the time, I think it must be about 6 years ago. That was in the news.
Nigel, lovely to talk to you. Happy New Year.
Yeah. God bless you, Ian.
Tutty bye, tutty bye. Now, I'm confused because I don't normally do this. Do we have a break now? Yeah, let's go to a break now.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Ian Lee's New Year's Eve party on Talk Radio.
I just need to make a phone call just to make sure everything is okay. I'm a bit late. Come on. I'm trying to phone my son. No, it's not his phone, it's his grandmother's phone. He's with his grandmother, but, no. Maybe they're drunk. I mean, he is nearly 7, and no, they're gone. OK, we'll give them a call in a minute. Let's go to, Lee. Good evening, Lee.
Good evening.
Hip, 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 Lee. What have you got for us?
Hip, hip, hip. You wanted to know what we were doing on New Year's Eve?
Yes.
I'm all alone.
Why are you alone, Lee?
Because nobody loves me.
Hey, come on, man.
My family are all gathered together in Milton Keynes.
Yeah.
My brother, my sister, my dad, my Uncle Kevin, my Uncle Billy, my Uncle Billy's kids, Mark and Sarah.
Yes.
And they're all gathered together in Milton Keynes in Caldecott, and I'm all on my own.
Well, hang on a minute. And if I ask anything that's inappropriate, then tell me, why, were you invited?
Yes.
So why did you decide not to go?
I couldn't afford it.
Well, how much does it cost?
It would have cost a couple £100 for the hotel rooms.
Couldn't you stay at theirs?
No, nobody lives there. We're all meeting together there because my Uncle Kevin lives nearby.
Oh, OK, so it's all Uncle Kevin's fault?
Well, kind of, yeah.
Couldn't Kevin put you up?
No.
Oh.
Kevin doesn't like me.
Oh, I see. Now we're getting to the meat and two veg of it. Kev does not like you. Why not, Lee? What's happened between you and Kev?
Well, he's my dad's brother, and my dad was a monster.
OK, right.
And I tried to tell him that, and he didn't believe me.
OK, well, yeah, the families don't like hearing bad stuff about other members of the family, however bad it may be.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So what are you doing instead, Lee? They're all down there.
I'm drinking a bottle of whiskey, and I'm listening to you.
Struth. Well, I mean, that's something. Now, are you a fan of New Year's? Because all 5 of us here this evening, none of us like New Year's Eve.
I kind of like it, yeah.
What do you like about it?
Go on, say it again, John.
I kind of like it's a new year. It's a new chance, you know.
Yeah. Is JP's mic on? It's on, is it? Okay. Is your I think you'll put it a little bit closer to your mouth. Yes. There we go.
Oh, right.
There we go. Were you going to say something? Or are you just
I was going to say
away?
something, but I can't remember what it was now, Lee. I can't remember what it was.
Okay, well, so Lee, you're not you enjoy New Year's Eve, even though it sounds like it's going to be pretty miserable.
I'm not enjoying it per se, but I'm listening to the radio station. I'm liking what I hear.
Well, I don't quite know where we're going to go with this tonight. We've got a record player.
It's 8 hours tonight, isn't it?
It's an 8-hour special this evening that we're going to be doing.
And no one's in after you, are they?
No. This is it. We just carry on. It'll just be pre-recorded rubbish after this.
Lee's not really alone, is he? Because he's with us.
Exactly. You see,
listen to the professional radio broadcaster.
You have the family of radio around you, Lee.
Right.
Oh, don't sound convinced.
Anyway, it's good to hear you, Ian Lee.
Tatty bye, Lee.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Let's go to DJ Ötzi. Good evening, DJ Ötzi.
Hey, man, how you doing? Europop Party Prince. Happy New Year to you, Ian Lee, JP, John. All the rest of you down there, Pete the Dog, Ferret Boy, Question Guy, Sherry the Bear, Larry the Razor Plug. How you doing, man?
I want to go to his party.
Yeah, I know. It's in Austria, though.
It's New Year from Vienna, man.
It's showing up on my screen as you're in Austria for New Year's.
I'm in Austria for New Year. We're having a great time here in Vienna. We are drinking all of the Vienna stuff that we normally drink, and also we're eating all the Vienna food that we normally eat. Yeah.
Vienna whirls and things like that.
Ding dong, ding, guys. Hey, you remember this, JP, man? Me and you were in Vienna, and you said to me you got to bring out a Christmas record, and we had this conversation. JP, you remember this?
No.
Oh, come on. We were in Vienna.
How wasted were you, JP, if you don't remember telling DJ Ötzi to do a Christmas record?
No, I don't remember this, DJ Ötzi.
Oh, man, you got to remember this. Anyway, so you said to me you got to have somebody ringing the bells, and I said, hey, we got to come up with an idea, so we bring it out in the year 2011, and it went a little like this. Just ring the bell, ring a ding dong ding, it's on the house, it's on the house. Ring the bell, ring a ding dong ding, it's happy hour. It's happy hour. You remember it, JP, man?
No.
Oh.
Fill me in. Tell me more.
Well, look, we were in Vienna, man, in a bar. Remember that? You were drinking, and you said to me, hey, you had that big hit in the year 2000. I said, yeah, with the, hey, baby.
Ooh.
Oh, yes, I know that one.
I was hoping all of you would do that. There's like a big party down there. I'm going to do that again. I want to hear it loud and proud, people. Hey, baby.
Ooh.
I want to know.
Eben, I can't hear you. Come on, Eben.
If you be my
There we
girl.
got it.
And you said, JP, you said to me, hey, that's all well and good that you have that record out. You know, you're stealing it from the guy from the 60s and just doing the ooh on the R. And at the time, I was a little bit upset about it. Right? But then you taught me, right? You said, hey, look, you've got these guys who got the big Christmas records, like the, who's that guy, Cliff Richards over your place, and you got the other Christmas records, the big guys, what's his name, Shaking Stevens.
Yeah, we love a bit of Shaky.
Yeah, Shaking and Stevens. And then you got the other fellow, what's his name? He had a big one, Rock and Roll Christmas. Anyway, listen, right?
Bernard Cribbins.
I said to me, do the ring the bell. So he rang the bell, and it did quite well in some European countries, not as well as the big hit. But JP was a good idea anyway, man. So Happy New Year, man.
I'm full of good ideas.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guy. Hey, what's happening over there? What time you on till, man? I was hoping to be the first footer. I heard you got the first footer coming in, man.
The first footer?
The first footer. You know, you get the foot out, and then you come in with the first foot.
Yeah, well, I don't know who's good. Well, we got Katherine as well. Katherine's not been in yet. Katherine will come in and join us in a bit. We've got Sam who's twiddling all the knobs.
Earlier, man.
Yeah?
Has she got a footer?
She's got a footer.
She got the first footer, man.
The first footer, man.
Hey, you got a piece of corn for to be in the first footer, man.
Yeah, I'm going to cut you off now, DJ Ötzi.
Hey, wait, what are you going over there, guys? What's happening over there, guys? What are you using over there?
Okay, thank you. I'm going to try my son again because I feel terrible if I missed him. That was DJ Ötzi. 0344 499 1000. It's a New Year's Eve party for people who don't really like New Year's Eve, and no one is in the room is particularly a big fan of it. It's always one of those nights where I've always found it really disappointing. Eben, are you a fan of... Oh, hang on. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, Christina, it's Ian.
Hello, Ian.
You're on the radio, so please don't swear.
No, I'm not.
Or be rude about this country.
No, I'm not going to be rude. Happy New Year, Ian.
Happy
I know
New
it's a
Year.
little bit early.
Are any of the boys awake?
They're both asleep.
You're joking!
I'm not joking.
He was so adamant!
I know.
What time did he fall asleep?
He fell asleep 9:20.
Oh, what a lightweight!
I know.
Just like his
and
father, yeah.
He wanted to use my silk pillow to sleep on tonight.
Well, very cultured, very cultured children. The little
Very
princes.
cultured, so he's sleeping on a silk pillowcase.
Is he disappointed that he didn't get on the radio, or is he not that bothered?
He wasn't that bothered. He was waiting, and then he fell asleep.
Oh, poor little boy. I knew. Well, I knew that the youngest would fall asleep because he's been dressed up as the Flash all day and been running around like a lunatic.
Yes, and also he wanted to sleep with his outfit tonight, as you can imagine.
Is he sleeping in his Flash outfit?
Yes.
Oh, good for him. Good for him.
Of course.
But I thought Ace would stay awake. Never mind.
No, he did. About 9:25, he fell asleep. It was difficult to, keep him awake.
Oh, little boy. What are you doing? Are you going to bed now? Or are you staying up?
We're all in bed now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry to have disturbed you.
Don't worry about it.
Happy New Year. I'll see you tomorrow at some point.
Happy New Year. I'll see you tomorrow.
Lots
Bye,
of love.
Ian.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'm in trouble now. I want my mother-in-law up. That's going to go down. Oh, he fell asleep. What a lightweight. He was so excited. She said there he wasn't that bothered about it. But trust me, he was bothered about coming on the radio and he was going to destroy all of you guys. Trust me. We have another 3 hours of this nonsense. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. It's a New Year's Eve party for people who don't like New Year's Eve. And has anyone ever been... Danny, let's start with you.
Mm-hmm.
Come a little bit closer to the mic. Have you? What would you normally do on a New Year's Eve? What were you doing last New Year's Eve?
The last few have been pretty quiet for me. I think I'm at a certain place. I think I'm sort of amongst my friends my age. I'm sort of the man-child that doesn't get invited to coupley orientated things, but I'm probably not enough of the party animal out of the remaining man-children and lady children to want to do
Lady children sounds wrong, doesn't it? And it's not wrong. It's a beautiful description as like man-child, but it sounds inappropriate for some reason, doesn't it?
Well.
So would you stay up and see it in at home, or would you go to bed? Or?
Either I would just ignore it if I haven't got any plans and just stay at home, or if there's a few family members doing something.
I think the last. Well, certainly since we've had the boys, and the oldest will be 7 in a couple of weeks. So for the last 7 years, I've been going to bed, I think, and just falling asleep. And I think probably before that, I mean, I haven't had a drink or anything else for 12 years, I think. So I used to get bang on it back in the day, but it's just... The thing of paying to go into a pub. But why would you buy a £25 ticket to go into a boozer? It just sounds ridiculous. Saying that, we might see the fireworks from where we are. I think we might get a view of the fireworks. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. There are people here in the studio with me, but don't think that you can't call in because of that. We're happy to just sit here and chat, and we'll talk about a load of old rubbish. But if you want to call in and give us your personal highlight of 2016, please, and it can be, we've had someone celebrating the fact they got 5 out of 6 double yokers. You can give us a call in about that. And your predictions for next year, please. 0344 499 1000. This is the Talk Radio New Year's Eve party.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Iain Lee's New Year's Eve party on Talk Radio.
Die blitzblanken Mädels von Bern und Luzern, jodeli, 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 sind immer so froh und drum jodeln sie gern. Und hat eine Sorgen anstatt guten Morgen, da jodelt sie schon und wird fröhlich davon. So sind halt die Mädels von Bern und Luzern, jodeli, jodeli, jodeli.
Danny, thank you. What the hell are we listening to here?
I believe it's some of Ötzi's earlier.
DJ Ötzi's earlier demos. Thank you very much indeed. We love it. Love a bit of that. 0344 499 1000. Catherine joins me in the studio.
Yeah.
Good evening, Catherine.
I've got 2 callers on the line that I made.
Do you want to say it? It's Big 'Un and Little 'Un.
You can speak now.
Okay.
That's Big 'Un.
Good evening, Big 'Un. Good evening, Little 'Un.
Good evening.
It is nice to talk to you.
You can say it's nice back and not mean it. It's fine. Just this once.
Nice to talk to you too.
Nice to talk to you too.
Is little in there? Is she asleep?
She's there.
They're at a party. You wouldn't believe it, would you?
What? This is the quietest party in the world. Did you have a good Christmas, first of all?
Pardon?
Did you have a good Christmas?
Yes.
Give me your top 2 presents, please.
Perfume set and science kit.
Oh.
Yeah, tell him what you made with your science kit.
Oh my gosh, I forgot.
The brown thing that I had to put in the bin.
Oh. Did you make fake poo?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, this is it.
And what else did you make?
Pardon?
You made something that was green that I had to put in the bin.
Did you make fake bogies? Yeah. I'll tell you, remind me, next time I come round, I'll tell you how to make fake sick. It's brilliant. Oh, it's good.
Thanks for that.
Did you also get the game Pie Face?
No.
That was your cousin's, wasn't it?
Oh.
We had to leave that behind.
That sounds amazing.
Pie Face, if you've not played it right, it is the game of the year. It is flipping brilliant. You get, basically, I'll show you pictures. Like you put your head on this thing, and you have a cutout of a face, and then you have a hand loaded with a cream pie, and you have to spin a spin it. And this is 3 times, and you have to turn the handle 3 times. Yes.
Party's kicking off.
They're drunk, and it splats you in the face, and it's absolutely hilarious.
I've played that. It's very good.
Oh, it's hilarious.
You've played it, have you?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, it's so funny.
Sometimes on my own.
That's great. Big, and you had a go on that, didn't you?
Yeah.
But we've got a better game than Pie Face, I think.
Yeah.
What was that?
Silly sausage.
Silly sausage.
Silly sausage. Now, I'm hesitant to ask, Biggin, what do you have to do with silly sausage?
There's lots of games on it, and you can pick which one.
Yeah.
And they're all different.
But we had the banger party, didn't we?
Oh yeah, that was the best one.
I'm so confused. What does the banger party do?
And you have to pass it round until the music stops, and then you have to do something.
Yeah.
So pull it, dip it, prod it, stretch it.
Oh, it sounds good.
It's a great game.
So you had a good Christmas, all in all?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what are you doing tonight, then? Is there a big party?
Yeah.
Can you get everyone to cheer for us?
Can you all cheer? Yeah.
What, now? Hey! It's an actual party. Yeah. Biggin, can I speak to Little 'un?
Yeah.
Oh, this is where things get weird.
Uh-oh. Hello, Little 'un. Has she gone all shy? You talk to her. She might
Where
respond.
is she? No, she's there. She's probably holding the phone
You talk
all
to her.
wrong.
Go on.
Hello, are you there?
Hello.
There we go.
Hello.
Did you have a good Christmas?
Yeah.
What did you get for Christmas?
Perfume set and the dolly. And the dolly.
And a dolly.
And a dolly. Fantastic. Well, listen, you have a lovely, lovely evening. You have a lovely, lovely evening, and Happy New Year, and maybe I'll see you at some point in the new year.
Okay.
Lots of love.
Happy New Year.
Tatty bye. Hey! There we go. That is a proper British party noise. Hey! The proper British noises. The party noise. And also, this kind of similar to the noise when people drop a glass in a bar or a restaurant. Hey!
Yeah.
The cheer as people smash something is something to behold. 0344 499 1000. So, John,
Good evening.
You're not a New Year's Eve fan. What would you normally be doing?
Well, last year I went to my dad's in the country. It was just me and him. I tried to avoid the whole thing, and I went to bed at 10 to 12 just to spite the new year. Do you know what I mean?
Well, so it's your fault. It's jinx. You jinxed it.
Well, I wouldn't like to say it was me, but yeah, I don't know. I just find it. I don't like that whole forced. Let's all be fun and happy. I'm just not a big fan of it.
I don't get what it is. Birthdays, I get.
Yeah.
But Christmas, I get.
I don't like going, as you say, I don't like going into pubs when everyone's dancing around and everyone's completely out of their heads.
Yes.
Because, violence may occur. In fact, I don't like
good old New Year's kicking. That's what you want, son. Good old New Year's kicking.
Like at Kath's place.
Yeah, exactly. It's all kicking off there, isn't it? Flipping heck. I genuinely, I can't think the last time I did anything for New Year's. It must have been the year before we had the boys. And we knew it must have been, and my wife must have been pregnant, and we knew that they were gonna come and ruin our lives forever. So I think we went to a friend's house because he was having a party, but we left at about 10:30, and then we just went back and had Dominoes, I think, and watched telly. I think that was it. Watched telly.
But you played Dominoes or had Dominoes?
We had Dominoes, the pizza. Eben, what would you be doing? Come a little bit closer to the mic. What would you normally be doing on a New Year's?
Last year I went to my dad's friend for a dinner party.
Oh, God, that sounds a bit...
posh, actually.
It sounds a bit dull.
And we played charades, and that was dreadful because I'm rubbish at charades.
Oh, we might have a little game of that later on. He could be on your side, JP.
With and sort of combined with Pie Face.
Yes, with Pie. I've got Uno as well. Now, you lot don't know how to play Uno. Oh, man, honestly, it's an easy game. I like easy games.
Oh, God, yeah.
So you'd be doing that?
Yeah. Normally.
And we've got to say, Eben's dad, whose name is Nick Owen, and I for some reason that entertains me, not that one, but... He is the nicest man in the world, right? Because you live in Wales.
Yeah, Wales.
And he's driven you over. He's not driven you over just for this rubbish.
Because he wanted to see his friend in Wandsworth.
So
and
he's dropped you off tonight. He's gone off to Knees Up in Wandsworth.
Yeah.
And he's coming back to pick you up.
Yeah.
That is proper. I mean, that is proper daddy.
That's nice. And what he doesn't know is that he's going to pick me up as well.
Yeah, and he's picking me up. And have we reached a conclusion yet about who's going to pay for your car insurance?
I'm more concerned about getting the car first.
Oh, man.
Because that's very pricey.
Well, exactly. And how's that Deliveroo job going? Because you just started working for Deliveroo.
But you have to keep up on them with the pay because they try not to pay you sometimes.
Sorry, what?
They try not to pay you when you don't work. Because I worked 2 days last week. Yeah. They only paid me up until the 24th. Right. And they say that their pay system, but they only pay me for 1 day.
Yeah.
And I needed to try to get 44 quid off them.
And did you get it in the end?
Yeah, eventually after long emails.
Well, you good for you. Well, I mean, flipping heck. It's not exactly as if you're making £1 million out of it anyway. Have you had any tips yet?
Yeah, 2 tips.
Were you allowed to ask how much you got?
Yeah, £3 for each one.
Hey,
plus one. They gave me an extra £2 on the door.
Hey, that's not bad.
Yeah.
So because Deliveroo is like a food delivery thing. When I've ordered a few things on Deliveroo, and you have the option to give a tip online. Do you get that money?
Yes, I think so.
But you're not totally sure?
No, because I haven't received my next pay packet.
Okay, it's a complicated thing. How long, if working for the mighty food delivery company, Deliveroo, how long do you think it's going to take you to afford a car?
Working probably in the summer every day for at least a month.
Yeah. Oh, that's not...
too...
that's not bad. Working 30 days? Oh, come on. Yeah. To afford a car. Yeah, goodness.
Doing 12-hour shifts.
Yeah, good, as you should do. We're all old men, and we have... I was thinking about this. This is how old I am, Eben. I used to deliver... My first job was at the age of 13, delivering the free newspaper. Do you remember the free newspapers you'd get? And I used to get paid a halfpenny a paper, half a penny, for every paper.
That's quite good.
Really?
Isn't it?
Half a penny. So I'd have to deliver... and I was thinking about this the other day, and I was thinking, no, that can't be right, because I was doing that. So for 100 papers, I'd get 50p.
50p, yeah.
For 100 papers, I'd get 50p. No, and then, of course, what you would do, and Russ and G, we'll come to you in a bit, 03444991000. What you do is, because you were 13, and you're carrying all these papers around in your mum's starting shopping trolley, some of the papers would find their way into ditches and into bins and stuff like that.
It's a bit like that with Deliveroo for every food. I know.
Food gets chucked in the ditch.
No, I mean, each order you deliver, you get £1 for it.
Oh, flippin' heck. I mean, that's...
But you have to go do some white dodgy areas.
Well, exactly, I'm sure. But we would do the same with the free paper. And I remember, because a few weeks in a row, sometimes the paper, and the miserable woman that was in charge of the deliveries, she turned up one day and she banged on the door. She said, right, I want to speak to your dad. I said, why? She said, because you've not been delivering the papers. And they go round knocking on the doors going, have you received your free copy of this?
Why didn't they just do the round?
Exactly. Yes. Oh, it was such a miserable existence. So, Eben, I've got no sympathy for any position that you may be going through with this incredibly well-paid Deliveroo job. 0344 499 1000. Jack, Russ, G, come to you after this.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Iain Lee's New Year's Eve party on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Happy New Year and all of that kind of stuff is, I suppose, the thing that you would normally say. Let's go to Jack. Evening, Jack.
Hello.
Hello, Jack.
Hello. Who is it?
What do you mean? Who is it? What the hell is this? I'm hovering over the dump button.
Is Eben there?
You want to speak to Eben? Yes, Eben. This is your mate. Come closer to the mic, Eben.
Hello.
Hello, Eben.
Hi.
Do you remember Joseph Dindorp?
Do you know these people? Are they good people or bad people?
You've never heard of him, have you?
Vaguely.
You know me? Yeah?
Hang on a second. His microphone's off. Okay, his microphone's off. Do we like this person, or would we rather we didn't invite this person into my party?
They went to my old school, and I could be a bit dodgy. But I left school at year 10.
Under a cloud? Did you leave under a cloud?
Yeah, without them knowing.
Witness protection?
No, over the summer holidays I just left and didn't even tell them. I moved to a different...
Good. Screw those losers.
Yeah.
Shall we say goodbye to Jack then?
Yes, please.
Bye, Jack! There we go, he's gone. I'm not... So you left under a cloud? I'm not going to ask. It's not none of my business.
And he's here tonight.
It's none of my business. Boy, oh boy. I wish I could have disappeared from school, because I was... Anyway, let's crack on. Russ!
Good morning. Good evening, folks.
Someone's drunk. Someone's drunk. Everyone's drunk. I think that...
bloody work.
Oh, well, it makes it even worse. What you got for us, Russ?
I've just got my radio fag ready as well.
Radio fag.
Year and a bit of banter, like,
Go on then, let's hear your banter.
Well, I ain't really prepared much, to be honest. I was just listening to you talking about the paper rounds. I used to do the Lichfield Mercury. 2p a paper.
2p a paper you got?
Yeah, £5, and you had to do 250, but it was all in a rural area, so you had to quite a bit.
You had to work hard for that, didn't you?
I did, mate. Be surprised. Be surprising how many, like you said, how many end up in ditches.
Yeah, well, and also, what kind of sad sack when someone knocks on the door and says, "Did you get the free? Did you get the free newspaper?" What absolute so and so says, "No, I didn't get it," and grasses up a 12, 13-year-old kid? That's outrageous behaviour.
Me, I'll do that now.
Oh, you do? Well, you're a miserable git, Russ. If they say, yes, we've been receiving that, love it, and the young lad that delivers it is an absolute diamond. That's what you need to do.
I know, I suppose I should.
Yes,
I led me Lichfield Mercury for bloody 12 months.
Well, I'm surprised these free papers are still going.
They're usually probably the better newspapers.
No, they don't. They're just all they are adverts. They're just adverts for Ford dealerships. By the way, if Ford dealerships are advertising with us, excellent. I'm glad that those things are being advertised in local newspapers.
Yes, pay the bills.
How was your Christmas, Russ? What did you get up to on Christmas?
I was working up until the day after Boxing Day.
Oh.
And so I managed to get a Christmas dinner in down with Mum and Dad's on Christmas Day.
Beautiful.
Whatnot, and had some nice presents, had some Star Wars figures for Christmas.
Oh, and you're a grown man!
No.
What Star Wars figures did you get, Russ?
Well, it was actually off my nephew and niece. It was like a full...
Well, you stole them off from them.
full box set of Force Awakens figures.
I went.
I wasn't expecting it. It was like, honestly, it was like being a kid again in the 80s. It was.
I took my boys yesterday to the Star Wars exhibition at the O2.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was. I'm not a massive Star Wars fan, right? But there were some good bits. We saw Darth Vader. We saw a Wookiee. We saw like the original costumes and stuff, and the original models of the spaceships. That was kind of cool. And there was a nice bit where you got these wristbands, and you have to touch screens, and you could build a character out of it, and that was quite cool. But they padded it quite a bit with what makes like videos on what makes a human. And so you'd stand there and watch a video on what makes a human, and how in the Star Wars world it's hard to differentiate between humans and aliens and droids. And I'm thinking, what's this got to do with the film? This is padding. I'm watching padding here, and it's not expensive. It was 40 quid, and that was including my youngest going for free.
But so are they saying canonically now? Are they saying that the human-like characters in Star Wars are humans? Even though they
I don't know. I don't know if the Star Wars exhibition is actual canon. I don't know if this fits in with the storyline. But they are saying what makes a human. Well, a human can think, and a human can reason, and a human can do, I don't know, drink water. I don't know. Not in my house. We had no water in our house today.
What?
I'm glad you asked. Get this, Russ. I woke up at 3:30 this morning to the sound, and this needs the sound of my house crying.
Crying?
Come on, I think that's such a beautiful description.
It's not like the house that bled to death, is it?
There was no bleeding. Honestly, I woke up and my house was crying. I could hear all the water draining out of my house, right? And about 3:30 in the morning, I thought, I can't be bothered to go and look at that. I'm going to go and have some toast and go back to bed. And then I was woken up by my wife telling me that there is no water in the house. All the water's disappeared from the house. There's a leak down the road, of course. That's what's caused it. Yeah. That's what's caused the problem. But so
did you get your brew?
Well, there was some water in the kettle. So I had a coffee. I've not had a shower today, by the way, gentlemen.
We've noticed.
Yeah, yes. I thought I could tell.
Had two.
Yeah.
Well, you greedy git. So I've not had a shower. I brushed my teeth. But why are you making me tell you about my house running out of water, Russ?
I don't know. It's interesting, though. Can I just apologise to your guests? I'm sorry for not saying good evening to them.
But you had good morning.
We noticed, Russ.
Sorry, mate. I thought that was Eamon Holmes at first.
It is. Eamon's come in tonight for the party.
Because all Irish people sound the same, don't they, you brummy git?
Sound the bloody same.
Oh, you brummies sound the same. Miserable as sin.
Oh, yeah, cheers. I'm not a brummie.
You sound like one. You want to work on that accent then, love?
Where are you from?
I'm from Staffordshire, Lichfield. Staffordshire.
It's a nice accent you have, Ross, actually. I really love accents, you know.
Are you a fan of the accent?
I love, from all over England,
There was
Scotland,
a study
Wales.
recently that says all the accents are dying out. They're all kind of, because of TV and people
merging into one. Yeah.
They're all merging into one kind of sort of southern
That would be a shame,
accent.
know. There's nothing like a good northern accent, I think. I really do. Geordie, I love.
But it's partly our fault. And by us, I mean broadcasters. I mean, Talk Radio, the BBC. I know the BBC do accents, but that's only a recent thing. And they're quite toned down accents, aren't they? The edges have been
I would say so. It's quite it's maybe a lot of just box ticking to address, the certain, accents and make sure you have examples of them on. But actually, really strong, thick accents. You don't find much of that on the Beeb.
Or anywhere. Here is just as guilty. Here it is generally southern, white, middle class accent. I'm thinking if there's an exception, Katherine Boyle, of course. Katherine, come and join us and put
you got Galloway as well.
Where's
Galloway?
Where's Katherine from then? Manchester? No.
You are a funny.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was just doing that impression of Galloway. You are a funny.
Okay.
I'm not very good with a Scottish accent, as you can see.
Yes. Now, that headset won't work now. We'll plug it in. Who's got their phone on?
Not me.
Mine's on, but it's silent. Maybe it's Ross.
Everyone looks towards the millennial.
You had a bit of Nigel earlier, didn't you?
We are unfortunate. Yes, we had Nigel calling in. Kath, you're from Salford.
Yeah.
I thought you were from around there somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, originally, that's a long time ago.
Yeah. But I mean, your accent has been smoothed.
Yeah. If you talk to my cousins, they all talk proper Salford, so talk like that. But I moved down south when I was 10, so I had the edges knocked off.
Yeah. But why are people scared of accents that aren't, kind of southern white accents? Again, does it go back to when the BBC first started and it was everyone in evening wear and speaking very the received pronunciation?
Well, there's still a bit of an assumption that if you have a northern accent, you're a bit thick or common and fun.
But imagine someone with Russ's accent reading reading the 9 o'clock news.
But the thing is, they sort of start out in the you called Russ, but it used to be that you'd hear something like your accent. When I was growing up, before we moved, look north, you'd hear someone with kind of your accent, but they'd obviously poshed it up.
Yeah, it's slightly more refined for broadcasting purposes.
And it's more obvious when you move away from there and you think, oh, she's doing a voice.
But it's like Hugh Edwards, right? Obviously Welsh.
Yes.
But I mean, really, the edges have been smoothed down a lot, so it doesn't sound. It's not a full-on, like Eben's accent, which again is, it's not like that. It's toned down a lot.
But things have come along quite a long way. I remember when I first moved down south, and I'd sort of shown an interest in radio and stuff like that. A friend of mine laughed, and he was messing about a bit, but he said, "Never hear someone like you on the radio."
Yeah.
And then, kind of the 1990s, it became a bit.
Thing.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
The 1990s, it became the cool thing to have as a northern accent, that whole thing.
Manchester.
Well,
mad for it.
Chappers.
Chappers.
Oh, yes.
Is he called Mark?
Mark Chapman.
Yeah. He came. He was on my radio course at City University, and he said he was the last one to get a job. And he just looked out because at that point they were looking to find a proper, authentic northern voice. And he's kind of got a smoothed out Mancunian accent, but it's definitely there, isn't it?
He's done well.
Yeah.
He's done really well, yeah.
I don't know his name.
Oh, you'd recognise his voice.
He was on Radio 1, Chappers and Dave. Do you remember that was it Scott Mills or Chris Moyles or one of those? But he was like
he's on 5 Live now,
isn't he?
And he's on 5 and
he's doing really well.
Good for him. But then he's the one. He's
before then, a Mancunian accent was, Richard and Judy, and Richard and Judy to me sounded posh.
Yeah.
Are they from up north? Mark Radcliffe.
Mark Radcliffe. Yeah, there's an exception, but I mean, he was kind of underground for quite a long cult, more than underground, perhaps, for quite a long time. Well, thank you, Russ.
So do you find my voice depressing, Ian? My accent. Yes.
Happy New Year, Russ.
Thanks for calling, Russ. Let's. Hey, speaking of accents, it's Ed Swift. This is the guy who normally would be doing Sam's job. This is Ed. Ed.
Hello. How's it going?
Yeah, good. Thank you, Ed. How sober are you?
I'm very sober. I only had a couple of ciders at the moment, and we're just currently on the streets of Edinburgh, about to go into the sort of New Year's concert.
Who's playing at the New Year's concert?
To be honest, I have no idea.
Wow.
I know Paolo Nutini is doing the headline act, but I have no idea who else will play.
Who's doing the headline act?
Paolo Nutini.
Paolo Nutini. Wow. Paolo Nutini, still good for him. He's still a thing, is he?
He's still doing his thing.
He did a song that I really liked. I can't think. He sounds like
an old man.
He sounds like an old sort of blues guy, doesn't he? And he's got that growl in his voice. He's got a voice that's lived in. So you're, for those who don't know, let's fill in the dots. You're a Kiwi and you're up in Edinburgh for Hogmanay.
Yep.
How are you finding it?
Well, to be honest, we were sort of the early party people. We were one of the first here, and it was kind of empty. And we're thinking, oh no, is this going to be quite a dull evening? But it's packed out now. We're an hour and a half away from midnight, and we're having an absolute blast. I'm here with my partner Rebecca and a couple of our friends, and we are absolutely loving Edinburgh. It's a little bit cold, but probably not as cold as London was the other day.
Have you not been to Edinburgh before?
No, this is our first trip.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love Edinburgh, and I love Edinburgh outside of the festival. I mean, it's great during the festival, but you go to Edinburgh outside of the festival or away from Hogmanay, I imagine, and it's a completely different place.
Oh, exactly. I mean, we've got this wonderful view of the castle at the moment, which we were up this afternoon, and it's just a stunning place to be right now.
But you're always walking uphill in Edinburgh.
Well, I don't know. We're kind of on the flat at the moment, but yeah, it does kind of feel like we're always going uphill, except for the odd, stops when we're going a bit flat. We never seem to go down.
Have you found the stone that you're supposed to spit on?
Yes, we walked past that. I didn't spit on it because there was a fence around it because it's part of the Hogmanay area, and we couldn't quite. I couldn't quite reach it with my...
Because when me and Kath went to Edinburgh in the summer, and I was
thought this was yet another stitch up.
Yeah, no, is it the Heart of Lothian? I think you're supposed to spit on it.
Something like that. Our friends saw a whole lot of people spitting on it earlier in the morning.
I saw a lot of people spitting elsewhere in Edinburgh, maybe practising.
There are a lot of Hearts of Midlothian, I think, in Edinburgh.
So how long are you up there for, Ed?
We're back on Monday, and I'm back with you guys on Tuesday night, assuming you guys are still around.
Well, we don't know if me and Kath are on Monday or not. I think we probably
are.
We must be because there's no.
Well, let's turn up and see what happens.
Yeah, why not?
Well, just take Monday night off. I'm not there, so there's no point coming in. We'll all start again on Tuesday.
Nice one, Ed.
Oh, but you've got to think of your audience. You
can't give them 3 hours apiece.
You can't just take a Monday night off.
Those guys.
Peace FM, that'd be nice.
Peace FM.
Yeah, we good.
Ed, have a happy New Year. Lots of love to you and all your friends up there, and we'll speak to you on Tuesday.
Will do. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you in 2017.
Tatty bye.
It makes me sick. That fella.
Why does he make you sick?
Well, he got his holiday sorted out, didn't he?
Yeah, he does. Ed is one of those people that is just really nice, and you can't.
Not one of those.
Yeah, he's one of those people that's really nice, and you can't find anything annoying about him.
Oh,
there's nothing.
Don't like people like that.
No, exactly. That's it. You can't find.
There must be something.
There's no chink in his armour, is there?
We're trying to find the dark side, but
he's nice.
My theory: Scientologist.
Well, he's not.
He's not. He's
Mormon.
He's a Christian, which is absolutely fine and he's dandy.
But he swears in that, so he's
almost
filthy. Normal.
He's a potty man. But he's one of those people. He's good at his job.
Yeah.
He's polite. He's well mannered.
Conscientious.
Yeah. Really does make you sick. It's disgusting. 0344 499 1000. Callum G, stay there. Come to you after this.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Iain Lee's New Year's Eve party on Talk Radio.
Beautiful. Good evening, dear listener. This is Iain Lee on Talk Radio. 0344 499 1000. It's kind of a very low-key, laid-back. You've got to pull that door hard. Go on, Danny. Give
it's really heavy.
It's a tough old door. Laid back New Year's Eve. Party is the wrong word because it's not. But some of the listeners have joined me, and a couple I've met before. Eben and John. It's nice to see you again. JP, we've not met before, but no. I have listened to you on the radio, and you tweet during the show. Move the microphone away from Katherine.
During your show?
During my show, yeah. You tweet me during the show, and I always. And there are a couple of other broadcasters. I really admire who occasionally would tweet during the show, like Grace Dent, Samira Ahmed, who we mentioned, and a couple of others. And I always get really self-conscious when this is not having a go at you, but when people like you tweet me because I'm thinking, oh God,
they're listening.
The people that
but this is a great show.
Are listening.
This is a great
but
show.
He thinks of you as being proper.
Oh no, not at all.
Well, now I've met you. Of course, that's completely gone. But are you not full of the self-doubt and of a performer? Are you not full of that?
Yeah, I mean, my role at 4 is a very small role. I'm not a big major league.
Well, it's supportive,
Melvin
isn't
Bragg.
it? Yeah, it's a supportive role.
I'm this terrible thing which is a sidekick.
Yeah.
Which lots of shows have sidekicks, and it's very hard to move out of a sidekick position because once you get into it, people think that works well.
Yeah.
He does a little bit there. He does the funny bit or the serious bit or whatever, and performs that role. But we're not going to let him do any more than that because we'd keep him there, and it's really hard to move beyond that. So I'm constantly thinking, what should I do next?
Yeah.
Who has to die is what I'm saying.
Yes.
And I know exactly who has to die.
Sorry? How did you get into it, JP? How did you kind of end up? You said 25 years.
25 years at the BBC.
How did you get into that?
I started off in the sound archive.
Oh wow!
Working in that treasure trove of audio recordings is wonderful. You hear a lot of it now on. I know what you listen to with Radio 4 Extra, which they replay a lot of stuff. So I worked there for many years, and I moved into web when they started doing websites. The Beeb. I started doing that for the radio websites, and then I got an development attachment on a show called Home Truths.
John Peel.
Yeah.
Funny you should mention John Peel.
Can I do my impression now?
And I did a bit of that, and then I said, can I do a few reports? And I did them, and they went down really well, and that was an incredibly popular programme on Radio 4, and he was,
what was he like?
I was only there the last 6 months or so of his life before he died. Yeah. He was, he's John Peel. Once you go in and the editor says, this is John, this is JP, and you go up and you shake hands, you just think, my God, this is John Peel. I have listened to this man for years. He was very nice. He was a man of a certain, he was a grumpy old man, and he would have been the first to say that.
Good, that's what I wanted to hear.
He would say that, and he would, I can't be bothered with that. But, the audience absolutely loved him. In fact, our programme now took over from that 10 years ago. He's been dead 10 years. Wow. It's unbelievable. And we still get emails from listeners to say, I really miss John Peel.
Wow.
And there are very few presenters around who would still get that sort of legacy coming through.
So I met him in HMV once. I was in HMV and he was in there, and I just went up to him and said, "Oh, you buying any records at the moment?" And he showed me he had a box set of The Fall he just bought.
And what did he say to you, John?
What did he say? He said, "Get away from me, you strange person."
That's very good. That's very good. Yeah. That's very good.
And you mentioned 4 Extra. I'm such a huge fan of 4 Extra. Now I've got DAB in my car.
Yeah.
4 Extra. It's particularly quite often driving home. They'll have like an old drama on from the 50s or 60s, which I'm not so keen on. Then about 1:30, they'll have some wonderful, obscure half-hour documentary from, it could be from 10 years ago, it could be from 30 years ago. And it's just that some of the stuff they put out, they put out old comedies, and it's like a really good radio station in that a lot of it I don't like, a lot of it I think, wow, this is the most amazing thing I've ever heard. You don't want to like everything that's on a radio station, because then you should be appealing to as many people as it can, but they got some great stuff in there, and to have worked in that treasure trove.
When I first started there, my first job was sticking barcodes on old vinyl discs for the digitisation process, the early days, which was a barcode. And I was in for a 3-month contract, and I ended up 25 years later. Yeah. But it was wonderful working down there, and you would sometimes just walk along the shelves and pull out a lot of it was on old discs, and just pull out a record and think, oh right, I must listen to that. That was really amazing. And the wonderful thing now is that they had a team of selectors who decide, because you couldn't keep everything had to be transferred onto discs or tape. A team of selectors would pick things that we would think, right, we'll keep that might be useful. But now, of course, everything's kept because it's all online.
Would they chuck some of it?
Yeah, they
away?
did. They did up until about maybe 20 years ago. They were still going through a process of getting rid of stuff.
They chucked away a load of Pete and Dad stuff, didn't they? Those TV shows.
That's right. Yeah. The television archive, I think, was even worse.
The television. Because it was on massive tapes, the TV stuff would be on huge. But all of it is, or they would erase the tapes of the TV stuff. Isn't it?
A lot of the whatever the material was in the
degraded.
It just perished in the stores and stuff that they actually did have. So they went through a process of asking the public if they had material out there, and actually
that's sad, isn't it? Really?
Well, it's amazing. Even the radio people did this as well. The number of people who were recording radio shows off air just by the little old cassette players you put in front of the TV and things.
And now they can clean that up.
Yeah,
so it sounds like a broadcast.
But that was relying on what we call anoraks, sound anoraks, just recording and having these cassettes which they had catalogued.
Oh, there's always a new episode of Doctor Who from 60 years ago that's popping up from someone's attic in Australia or something.
Right, yeah.
There was the only reason that all of the Monty Python episodes exist is because someone tipped off Terry Jones they were going to erase the tapes, and so he went in and just stole all of the tapes of the Monty Python episodes and took them home with him. It's incredible. Imagine being that person, though, that has to say, I'm having a clear out at home now. Yeah. So I'm going to, in 20 years' time, I'm going to be like, why did I get rid of that? Yeah. Why did I do that, for God's sakes?
Bob Monkhouse had absolutely everything, didn't he? You know about that. Right. He just kept, he had this obsessive thing.
A lot of lost programmes are found in Bob Monkhouse's collection. This is true.
That's
there
right,
was something recently.
That's right.
Lenny Henry's first ever performance.
That's right. There was a TV doc about this, wasn't there? Yeah.
Sometimes he has good stuff as well. I'm joking.
I've heard that.
I'm joking. But yeah, it's he was obsessive collector of audio and
that
video
made him much
stuff.
more interesting to me when I found out that. He used to do weird things, like he collected the TV Times and all this sort of stuff, and would pencil in. For some reason, he would pencil in when the programme was actually broadcast, rather than the sort of when they said it was broadcast in the magazine. All these strange things like that.
Yeah.
No, it was not at 6:15. It was 6:05. Thank you.
But it's also really interesting. And I haven't listened to this programme, but a lot of people have kept some of your programmes from all our stations. Listeners who have just taped them and kept them, which you probably don't have at all.
I don't have most of it, and I don't remember most of it. I don't know what we did 2 weeks ago, because it's just the number of people that come up to me and very kindly say, "Oh, I used to call you 10 years ago. I was this guy." And very, very rarely will I be able to go, "Oh, yeah, no, I remember that."
Well, just you say that, just I'll butt in. A friend of mine, Daniel Parker, said he used to contact you at Absolute. I said...
say what? What did he say to me?
I don't know. He just said, tell him I used to get...
I remember Daniel Parker. He was
there you go, Dan.
He was one of my favourites.
There you go,
ask him what he did, because I might remember it. But I'm very lucky that lots of people, a number of people collect some of the stuff that I did. And of course, with the digital age now, it's different. When I was at school, when we were at school, it would be passing around tapes and taping bits of the or turning on a radio programme halfway through and going, "Oh, this sounds good," and scrabbling around for a blank tape or taping over something. But now everything is available.
I used to sit there every week and tape Kenny Everett off Capitol every week.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, just used to sit there. And now, of course, it's all on YouTube, so, but we didn't know that was going to happen at the time.
We didn't. If you'd have told me I'd be on YouTube, I'd say, what's that? 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. 6 Music as well.
Yeah.
Play some really interesting documentaries about, again, 1 o'clock in the morning. And they'll quite often play... what did I hear recently? Was this a few months ago? A documentary about Stevie Wonder from 1973, and it's so old, and Stevie actually had a line, something like, "Stevie Wonder returned to his Negro roots and it's just so of its time.
Yeah.
But it's wonderful, and it's great that they're putting it out at 1 o'clock in the morning. But it's great that they're putting it out and they're sharing this.
And
stuff.
would have been made by great producers of their time as well.
Yeah. So, a lot of Bob Harris stuff, of course, was he was doing the documentaries then, and who's the gentleman who did a brilliant 6-part documentary about the Beach Boys? Oh, I sat next to him at the screening of the George Harrison film. Not Bob Harris, the other one. Why can no one read my mind? Let's take a break and I'll remember who it is.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Iain Lee's New Year's Eve party on Talk Radio.
I've just been challenged. I don't think I've got my hard drive with me. I've just been challenged to a game of iPod roulette by Eben. That's very... Eben, you've been sitting there very quietly, and then suddenly during the break, it's like you pulled a gun out and fired it off into the ceiling. You just said, "Do you want a game of iPod roulette?" I will destroy you. And now I don't have my hard drive with me, so I don't have the actual songs, but I can sing the songs that pop up if you want to go there. Do you want you sure you want to go there?
Yeah, okay.
You sure?
Yeah, positive.
Because the thing is, right, I've turned a leaf. A new leaf. Is that a phrase? I've turned a new leaf? Is that a phrase? It is.
Turned over.
Turned over a leaf.
Turned over the leaves.
I've turned over the leaves, Eben. That doesn't sound right, but I'm going to stick with it.
No.
I've turned over the leaves, Eben, and I'm kind of a nice guy of radio. But I am prepared to destroy you. And I don't want to break you, because you're a young man with opportunity in life ahead of you. But you're saying you're prepared to be broken?
Yes.
Okay, right, fine. He's asked for it. I've given him the out.
Yeah.
No,
Go for it.
I mean, I haven't got my hard drive, have I? Otherwise, oh! Yes, I've got my hard drive. Have I got the lead? I might have to get Katherine to bring in the Katherine, when you have a moment, your hard drive lead, please, because and maybe some tissues, because I think Eben might start crying in a little bit. While we're waiting for that, let's go to we've got so many calls tonight. Callum, good evening, Callum.
Good evening, Ian and the gang. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks, man.
Yeah, good, Callum. Thank you. Shoot.
The gang. It's like we're a time travel posse.
We're coming for you.
Yeah, well, that's a little bit intimidating and threatening, actually, John. We're not coming for anybody.
Can we get a tree house?
Yeah, let's get a tree house or an underground bunker. I'd prefer an underground bunker. Callum, what have you got for us?
I've kind of forgotten what I was calling about, but speaking of classic radio, back in the day on Absolute, I don't know if I'm allowed to mention that, but I will. I once called in and my friend had fallen asleep in her car, and you left her snoring on the radio for 5 minutes.
I vaguely remember a woman asleep in a car. Yes. What was that all about?
I was with my friend Charlie, who also once sent a cheque to for £10. I think we won some kind of bet against you on the radio, but I don't remember what happened.
Hang on a minute. I sent a cheque to a listener? That sounds very, very suspicious.
We definitely have a cheque that is framed from your bank account.
Oh, wow.
Did you not cash it?
No, we didn't cash it.
Hey! That's the kind of prize I'm more than happy to be involved in. Well, I don't remember that, but what a great guy I am, aren't I?
Definitely.
Never sent me any cheques.
After leaving the BBC, I was glad we didn't catch it, but it's all good now.
Oh, God, excellent, Callum. Well, have you got anything for us, Callum? Have you just phoned up to reminisce about the time I sent you a cheque?
No, I was going to call in about paper rounds as well.
Yeah, go on.
I'm 25 now, so this must have been about 10 years ago. I used to deliver a free 2-weekly paper for £2.97 every 2 weeks. That's 99 papers.
That's good. That sounds good value to me. I was getting a halfpenny a paper.
I never actually delivered them and still thought it was slave labour.
Come on, we got...
Think of all those disappointed people. You must feel bad about that.
How are those people going to find adverts for cars and prostitutes, Callum, for crying out loud?
I don't know, they used to live in a cupboard at the end of my bed, and when my parents went out, I used to take them and throw them in the bin around the corner.
Oh, no, really?
It's bad, isn't it?
It is bad, but it's almost, and I don't want to, I don't condone people slacking off, but it's almost a rite of passage, isn't it?
Exactly, I was young.
I once got greedy with the free newspaper round, and I was doing one round, a small round, which was manageable. It took a few hours to get my £3.52. But the woman said, "Oh, we could give you another round on top of this, right?" And it would have been, I think I was up to maybe a penny a paper, and it would have been £13 a week. So that's 1,300 newspapers. Imagine doing it, and I couldn't. But 11 o'clock at night, I'm 14 years old. I'm still delivering it, and my dad came and delivered the rest. And he said, "You ain't doing this no more, son. This ain't a way for you to earn money.
Get into radio.
Get into radio. Make me rich and proud." I did neither of those.
I was
things.
a postman for about a day once. I could not hack it. All the dogs running out at you, and
But my postman is a legend, right, Michael. And I gave him a tip. I missed him this year to give him his Christmas box. Does anyone else give Christmas boxes?
Would you get the same postman every day then?
Yeah, Michael, yeah. And he's brilliant. Because if we're not in, and it's something important, he'll take it round to my mother-in-law who's on his route, but we'll take it round to my mother-in-law and stuff. And he knows that nice little secret nookie hole to steady.
Hold on, secret nookie.
That's a phrase, isn't it? Nookie hole?
Confessions of a Postman.
That's in Star Wars.
Not like my postman. Not like my postman, because if I'm not in, he sends it back to the depot. Then we go to the depot, and then they're normally rude behind the counter.
Oh, I think all but the rudeness is procedure.
Yeah, the sending back to the depot is kind of the standard thing. But Michael, I'm very proud. I gave him 20 quid.
I've got a postie like that. I should slip him a tenner, shouldn't I?
Or just stop opening the door in your undies.
Well, my postman thinks I work from home.
Go on, Danny.
I once had a postie sign a note as Postie.
Oh, that's lovely.
He was a character from the Beano.
That's beautiful. Actual postie note. Callum, I think we answered your question.
You definitely did.
Nice one, man. Happy New Year. I don't know what the question was.
No, I was trying to think what was the question.
I don't know. There was a question somewhere. Let's go to G. Evening, G.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hip, hip, hip. G, what you got for us?
What kind of 2016? You were wanting to know.
Yes.
I think. Highlights of 2016.
Yes, please.
Two.
Go on.
One is obviously marrying my beautiful wife this year.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Officially.
That's a nice one. Yeah, nice, congratulations. Yeah.
She's absolutely fantastic.
And the second is getting the divorce.
I love her.
No, he still loves her.
I'm doing bad jokes, guys. I'm allowed to. I used to be on the 11 o'clock show.
Okay.
Yes.
I kind of giggled internally.
Well done. Thank you. That's the best way to giggle. Yes. Go on. And number two, G.
The second one.
Yes.
Was appearing on Performance Ring, obviously.
Guys. For those who missed it, Performance Ring was a talent night where it was me and Kath put on, where all of the talent were listeners to the show. John was... In fact, this is a holy trinity. John was pushing a wheelbarrow. Eben, you screened a film. G did a little bit of poetry. Beautiful. It was a good old night, that. Well, no, thank you for being a part of it. We're doing one more.
I know.
Yeah.
And hopefully... You're doing one in Birmingham, aren't you?
We might be doing something in Birmingham, but I've not been able to find any venue in Birmingham that suits my very specific needs, so I don't know. And it won't be Performance Ring, it'll be something else that me and Kath are cooking up. We're cooking up another little show-type affair.
Right, well, my wife is actually from Birmingham, so... not to put too fine a point on it, but she's got her feelers out listening.
Steady on, G. Steady on.
You've only just got married. You only just got married this year.
The feelers are still out.
G, have a happy New Year. Thank you very much indeed. We've got another 2 hours of this rubbish. Let's try and keep it clean. I didn't think it'd be you that'd be the messy one, JP.
He's letting rip.
Gatford. Gatford.
Hip, hip, hip.
Oh, God.
I used to ring you on Absolute. I don't know if you remember me as a caller.
Yeah, you're the most boring caller we've ever had. Now,
come on.
Now,
you say that every time, and it's almost true sometimes.
Now, we're going to go to a break. You've got 10 seconds to tease us as to why people should stay listening.
Right, well, I've got an excellent call about paper rounds.
I mean, well, I tell you what, we'll have a vote during the break, all right? Maybe go off for a break.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Iain Lee's New Year's Eve party on Talk Radio.
So we bought some records in, and I want to play one record a bit later on that's very significant to me. But I've also brought in this cardboard record. Now, in the 60s, they would give away records on the back of, like, cornflakes packets, and they'd give away the Archies and I can't think who else. Anyway,
the Sugar Bears.
The Sugar Bears. The Sugar Bears was someone,
a sort of peculiar cartoon pop group. Yeah, they're all cartoon pop groups.
But this is obviously, of course, is the Monkees. I have the Monkees.
Bobby Sherman.
That's
Thank you.
Yeah, we go.
Thank you.
So this is a cardboard record that was on the. You can see where someone has cut around from the back of a crisp the cornflake packet. I've never played it. It's going to sound awful. So with that in mind, should we have a little listen and see what it sounds like? Your actual
cardboard music.
It won't spin round. Look, it's not spin. We need to make. Do we need to make the hole bigger or smaller? Hang on. What do we need to add? We need to make the hole bigger. That's what we need to do. We need to make the hole bigger. I couldn't work out the physics of a record there.
So how old is this record?
Oh, this will be 1969.
Wow.
Oh, it's not going to work, is it? We can't get it to spin. Let's go going that way. There we go.
Oh, it's working.
There we go, it's working. Oh, it's...
I'm not just a
It's not... Why, hang on, we've got to weigh the record down. Right, hang on a minute. I'm so sorry, the rest of the show is me trying to get this... We're going to weigh the record down, that's what we're going to do. There we go. There we go. There we're in.
Cause you're wearing girly cars in public.
Hey, that's not bad!
I'm not just stepping stone.
Hey, that's not bad for a cardboard record.
That's one of the best cardboard records I've heard, I think.
Not just stepping stone. Not just stepping stone. Not just...
Hey, that's not bad for a cardboard record. That cost me an absolute fortune on eBay. What a sucker. What a sucker. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. It's it's the last 55 minutes of 2016. And then we here for another hour. My name's Iain Lee. We've got I've forgotten everyone's names. Danny, John, JP, Eben, and Boyley's texted in the corner.
I'm trying to free up some space so I can take some pictures.
I have the same problem.
Yeah.
I can't take a picture because I'm full up.
She's getting off with someone in the corner.
I've recently put all of my pictures from my phone onto a hard drive and then deleted them all off the phone and freed up everything.
Good idea.
But the thing is, I've got too many... I've got about, on my phone, 6,000 pictures of my boys.
On your phone?
On my phone, right? Not now, actually, because I've got rid of them. They're about down to about 1,000 now. But there aren't even 6,000 pictures of me, and I'm 43 years. There's too many pictures. It's too easy now to...
Do you like pictures of yourself? Because I don't like pictures of myself at all.
You're not a selfie?
No. No. And I think, I know you've done telly, I think I would feel very uncomfortable doing TV, just simply being in front of a camera. But you've been there, done that.
Yeah, I don't like the way I look, but then also I don't like the way I sound. I can't listen back to me.
It is hard work, believe me.
Hey! Hang on a second, there's a little sniper attack there. One of the best things I ever had to do when I was kind of starting my career in radio, as opposed to when I started in radio, was at LBC, but I hated it. I had this boss called Scott Solder. You might know Scott. He's done stuff for the BBC. Maybe not.
No, I don't know.
And a boss called David Lloyd. And they would do air checks where once a month you would select 15 minutes of the show that you thought was quite good, you thought you were really proud of, and you'd go in and they would tear it apart bit by bit. So you'd play it and you think, we're going to listen to 15 minutes. And he'd play 30 seconds and he'd stop it and go, right, how do you think you could improve that? And it was brilliant. It was harsh and it was ruthless, and I hated it. And I'd come out of there swearing, and it was awful. But it taught me so much of just being really critical and going, actually, I do say that a lot. And that bit was funny, but it was 3 minutes too long, you know. And it's harsh, but I learnt a lot from it.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, I would be the same. I don't like listening to myself, and I spend a lot. Unlike you, I spend a lot of time making, features. So I have to listen to myself, and I find that I've got a bit more used to it now. I tend to ignore myself, but. Editors and all will say, just listen back to yourself on air and, hear how you sound and what you think is going wrong. But I find that very difficult. I cringe at everything. And, oh, my goodness, what did I say that for? But I think it's really useful for anybody who's in or goes into radio is to actually listen back to what
John
said.
makes podcasts. Give it a little plug for anybody that wants to. I didn't interview with you.
Yeah, I do this podcast called the Dredge Podcast Spectacular, which is me and my comedy partner being stupid for half an hour, and occasionally I interview fabulous people.
Well, you had me on there, but you had Robin Ince, who is fabulous. Where are you at, John, with listening back to bits of yourself?
Well, years ago, like a complete anorak, I was on hospital radio.
Yeah.
And I remember I listened back to that this was when I was a kid. And because I kept listening back to it, I think my voice improved, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, so it did help me. So now, I don't know, it's all right.
And why are you doing the podcast?
Why am I doing it?
Why are you doing it?
Because I love radio and I love audio, and podcasts are a great thing, you know. I just find it interesting and sort of creative, a nice creative thing to do. I like sound, you know, I'm one of those people.
It's weird because obviously podcasts didn't exist when we were younger, and I kind of do wonder what 25-year-old me would do in the world now. I'd probably still be getting pissed, which is what I was doing a lot then. But is there an ultimate aim with your podcast? Is it, you know, are you trying to get somewhere with it, or is the podcast it? If that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I enjoy doing it, and I do this other podcast which is sketches and stuff like that, and that is a sort of really produced one.
Yeah.
At John Dredge, if you want to follow me on Twitter. But I don't know really. I guess I've always wanted to be a comedian or something like that, or a radio personage. I just really like it. I've always liked it.
And people listen. You have an audience, don't you?
Yeah. People listen and sort of, you know, tweet things and all that sort of thing. It's amazing. Yeah, it's a way of doing something, isn't it? It's a way of putting yourself out there. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, because there isn't.
I mean, what would you have done before the internet? You know, I don't know. In order to sort of get an audience.
Hospital radio essentially was, you know,
it was a big thing,
a big outlet for people. I think before. You know,
I think Ken Bruce came from hospital radio and people like that. Would you believe it?
Oh yeah, there's no. People can get very sniffy about hospital radio, but there's no shame in doing that. It's a great way to learn how to your trade, your craft.
Alan Partridge came from hospital radio.
I must get the new Alan Partridge audiobook because the first one made me laugh so much in my car, which is probably quite an Alan Partridge thing to say. But obviously you enjoy doing it. I'm just trying to think because I've got a real thing at the moment. The British radio is, I think it's in a really rubbish state.
Well, that might be why there are so many podcasts and people going, I can do better than this. You know, well, I don't want to listen to that.
And part of the joy of the podcast is, of course, you are beholden to nobody. You can do whatever you want. And if you're a name, you can get an audience. If you're a Richard Herring or a Robin Ince or a Josie Long or
Bob
something.
Mortimer does it now.
Bob Mortimer, you can get an audience and you can probably get a bit of sponsorship for it and you can sell tickets, you know, stuff like that. But for someone who isn't a name, and you know what I mean when I say that.
Yeah, totally.
How do you generate an audience? Just shout about it a lot on Twitter and stuff, I guess.
Twitter is really useful in that respect. And, I mean, like, you know, interviewing yourself, interviewing Robin Ince. I mean, he retweeted the interview I put out this week. And then Eric Idle retweeted it.
Oh,
so it went bananas. Do you know what I mean?
There we go.
So that is a good way of sort of getting people interested, I think.
So there's an element of luck in that, isn't it? I mean, the chances are that's incredible having Eric Idle retweet it. So
no, it is a good way of sort of getting your name out there a little bit.
Yeah.
But I wonder why some people get hundreds and thousands of followers and I've never heard of them. Who are these people? You know, a friend of mine's got like 15,000 followers. And no one's ever. Well,
have you heard of him?
I didn't know who he was. But you know what I mean? Why do some people get thousands of followers and others nothing, and they're equally unknown?
Aren't there services that you can pay that basically give you like thousands of robot followers?
You can buy sex bots. You can buy sex bots. I am stepping away from Twitter. And this over Christmas, because I don't like Twitter. I think it's Gatford. I will come to you in a minute, I promise. I think it's a particularly mean place, and I've had two idiots recently just causing me so much grief on there, and I kind of take it a bit more personally than perhaps I should. I mean, I am a snowflake, and I'm quite proud of that. So I've made over Christmas, when we finished our last show, Christmas Eve morning, I made a conscious decision. Right, I'm not really going to go anywhere near Twitter, apart from to plug this show. And I was watching a TV programme I liked, and I tried to track down a couple of the actors on there to see if I could get them on the show, and it worked. But stepping away from Twitter and not posting anything and not engaging with people who ask me questions, I found that quite hard, because I tend to reply to people. Or if someone says something rude, I'd say, well, why don't you get stuffed? Just backing away from that. And it dawned on me that all the people that are shouting at me on Twitter, particularly these two idiots, but other people as well, I shouldn't call them idiots, these two people, but other people as well, if I'm not looking at them shouting at me, it doesn't exist. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't exist in my world.
But maybe the problem is, engaging with them. I mean, I've had a few people who've said things about when they've heard me, and they've been mildly abusive to me.
Yeah.
But I would never sort of get involved in conversation.
Yeah.
I did. Somebody emailed the programme once and said that thicko Irish guy, I don't get him off, something like that.
Yeah.
And he left a telephone number on his email.
Beautiful.
And I just went into a little office and I sat down and I rang up and I said, hello, is so-and-so there?
Yeah.
This is many years ago. And he said, yeah. And I said, it's JP here from Radio 4, Saturday Live programme. And he said, oh. And I just simply said, I'm really, really sorry if I've been offending you on air, but, tell me what it is and I'll try and address it, so that I don't do it anymore to you. And we had this conversation. I was doing it through slightly gritted teeth, but I thought this is the way to do it. And we ended up having this chat and he ended up saying, I'm really, really sorry for that because actually you sound like, a reasonable guy and I just was in a bad mood and I fired that off and I do apologise. And I said, that's absolutely fine. I'm here, I'm on air. You're entitled to complain about what you hear.
I think sometimes people that are famous, it's almost like if you tweet them, you don't think they're real people or something. You think, I'm just sending this to nobody, just an image. I'm sending this to an image, not an actual person. You don't realise they're human beings almost sometimes.
And at the end of the phone call, you said, if you do it again, I'm going to kill you. Slam the phone. But it is, when I started in TV in 1998, 99, and the internet hadn't really kicked off. I remember we found a forum about this TV show that I was doing about a year into it, and it was, oh God, it was awful. They sacked us off. But in 98, if people wanted to criticise you for doing your job, they would have to find a pen and paper.
Yeah.
They'd have to then find
green ink.
Find the address, and most people would bail out at that point, having to find the address.
Yeah.
So it was a real effort.
Yes, they were. They were serious.
Yeah,
yeah.
It was a real effort to send abuse. So the abuse you got then was like top notch.
Well, this is
grade A abuse.
I read somewhere that this is something to do with why someone like Jennifer Saunders is not going to do carry on doing stuff for very much longer. I mean, I'm sure that's only a little part of it. Yeah. But she said in the old days you were living in a little bubble where everyone thought you were brilliant, and now you know exactly who hates you. And it can be obviously the amount of people who follow. That's another thing.
We
the
all
enormous
watch
amount.
Telly or listen to the radio and think, oh God, she's an idiot. Oh, he's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But now we have the power to pick up our phones and tell that person immediately, So they're listening to you and go, God, that Irish guy's annoying. I'm going, JP, you're so annoying. And then it's done and it's gone. But they don't register that's going straight into your phone, straight into your pocket, into your phone. And it's a real...
And I don't know about you, Ian, but I'm quite a sensitive soul, believe it or not. Yeah. And if someone, totally anonymous, does send me something, it genuinely really hurts me, when I think, what have I done wrong to upset someone so much? And I find it, hard to get over.
Oh, I do.
And I should be a lot. But I noticed on your tweets, you're quite, go away and all that. I could never do that, for example. I could never say something back.
I have moments of being very confident and full of, aware of my perceived powers, and I will quite often fire back. But then I'll have moments of great, just one stinging comment can be enough that will send me down for days.
But it can be great, of course. I mean, it can be brilliant. Some of the uses of Twitter can be brilliant. Like I don't know, the Samaritans thing that you mentioned. This is something that can create awareness of things.
Yeah.
So for me, that's brilliant. But obviously, someone like yourself, if you've got thousands and thousands of followers, the mass of that must be hard to deal with.
My tendency is to swear too much, and I'm really going to try this coming year to swear less. There's this one guy who keeps, he's got it in for me at the moment. And why won't you reply to my tweets? And I want to reply because you're a massive C word. And and in my head I'm relishing that, but that doesn't solve anything.
Why don't you block this chat, though?
Blocked. It's blocked.
Oh, okay. Right.
But I can't stop looking. It's nuts, isn't it? It's nuts. It's properly... Anyway, Gatford, Rashid will come to you in a bit. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Ian Lee's New Year's Eve party on Talk Radio.
Happy New Year's Eve, guys! We've got Danny, we've got John, we've got JP, we've got Eben, we've got Katherine over there, and we've got Gatford!
Yeah! I was expecting your posse to fill that in.
Oh, let's do that again then.
Oh, yeah, go on, go on.
Yeah.
No, you go first.
You start off the spontaneous.
Right, okay. Yeah!
Yes!
That's better. Any factoids? No.
Hey, Gatford, get this right. I went to the Panto the other day.
Oh, no, you didn't.
That's good. Hey. That is good.
Starring Anthea Turner.
Yeah.
Timmy Mallet, who was excellent.
Right.
And Jason Gardiner.
Oh, what, the bloke off the ice program?
Yeah, he's good. I like him. I like Jason.
He tries to be nasty, but isn't really that nasty, is he?
No, he's a nice bloke. I've met Jason.
Yeah.
He's a really nice bloke, actually. And he's...
By the way, I sympathise with you. You know the listening back thing to yourself? I sympathise with you there. I can't stand to listen to you either.
I mean... I mean, this is actual abuse. This is trolling. And I'm gonna...
I've got to think back...
He doesn't listen. He doesn't listen. He
No,
just talks.
And it's kind of just stealing the joke that JP already made.
To follow you on Twitter.
Sorry?
You once made me pay you to follow me on Twitter.
I did. How much did you pay me?
Come on, it might have been a tenner for a month, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. No, what, you paid me to follow me?
No. I paid you and you followed me on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, that's... and by the way, now I don't... See, JP, this is what I can do now I don't work at the BBC. Now I'm commercial. I will happily follow any of my listeners...
for a month.
For a tenner.
There's bound to be a sucker out there.
Retweets are extra.
And...
Retweets and endorsements are extra. But I will happily do it. I will happily do that.
And you once made me pay extra for a personalised message on a DVD where you just held up a sign with my name on it.
I thought this was a genius idea. I recorded this live DVD years ago, and we sold, I don't know, sort of 100 copies of it. But for the first 20 or something, for a few extra quid, I'd record a personalised introduction, and it would be like, "Hey John, thanks for buying this DVD." Blah, 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 blah. But for Gatford, all I did was I just sit there for a minute in silence and just hold up a bit of paper with your name on it.
That was it. Yep.
Yeah, it's good. That.
Yeah.
That was genius.
I pay for that.
Yes, that's
college,
art. Anyway, so I saw the pantomime, Gatford.
Oh yeah, go.
And it's very good. I'm not a fan of pantomime because I think they go on too long.
Which one was it? I don't think you said.
It was Jack and the Beanstalk.
Thank you.
Although it didn't follow the conventional Jack and the Beanstalk narrative. Anyway, because he goes up 3 times, doesn't he? In the original, goes up and gets there's the magic harp. There's the magic harp,
and then there's the goose.
There's a goose,
and then there's the.
And then he comes down.
Cold porridge. No.
There's a third thing.
Harp's last because it sings and wakes up the giant.
The harp, wakes up the giant. The golden goose. There's something.
Yeah.
Anyway, and the woman, he disguises himself, and the giant's wife.
First time, isn't he just scouting?
Facing
the giant?
Yeah, that's it. Anyway,
complicated, isn't it?
He only went up there once this time to rescue the princess, right?
This is for
princess?
kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Mario or something?
Exactly.
Hold on, went up on a beanstalk?
Yes, yes.
Sorry, who went up on a beanstalk?
Jack went up.
Yeah, Jack.
Anthea.
I remember.
Her name was Jill.
Oh no, sorry.
No, Anthea was the fairy that narrates the story.
Oh.
She really was,
Speaking.
Pushed for work, or
I bet the accountant was going, well, maybe we can ask her for a bit of our money back, but. But I started, and I'm really proud of this. There was a little bit of action on the stage, and it was good. It was quite good, right? And there was an uneasy silence in the theatre because it finished, and then they were going to go on to the next scene. I thought, no, I'm not letting this go. This deserves a round of applause. But no one was starting a round of applause.
Did you stand up?
No, I didn't stand up. It wasn't a standing ovation, but it was a bit of business. It was good business. And so they were walking off. I thought, no, I'm not letting this go unrewarded. So I started. By the third clap, the whole theatre was joining in.
That takes nerve. To start an applause.
Spontaneous round of applause.
Nerve.
And it happened. And I thought, the second one, I thought, they're not coming in with me. They're not going. Here they come. Beautiful. We'll have this. And it was a deserved round. It was a nice little scene that they played.
Can I ask you a question that I don't think I've ever asked before? Have you ever been offered panto?
I haven't been offered panto, and it would kill me.
No, well, no, I know you probably wouldn't do it, but I'm just thinking...
No, hang on a second. Don't you go turning... Listen, you're speaking to someone who went for a meeting last month for the jump, so
hello.
I would consider any job offer.
You having a broken bone or 60?
When you're at a job interview, and one of the questions you have to ask is, how many people did you send to hospital last series?
Yeah.
And the answer is 3. You know that your career is. I could just do with a really big cash injection at the moment. So I went for the interview. I don't think they're going to offer it to me. Partly because on radio I keep slagging it off. So that's probably never going to happen.
There is that, yes.
But no, I've not been offered Panto. I would consider Panto.
Okay.
It pays quite well. If you're a name, and I'm not saying that I'm in this category by any stretch, but you can get like 20 grand a week. I remember speaking to Carol McGiffin from Loose Women, and she was telling me that she was in a pantomime, and she only did, I want to say, 2 weeks of performances, so about 14 or 16 shows, and she got 25 grand.
What?
Yeah.
£25,000.
You can't do it. It's all you need to do for, once a year. Do Panto. It covers the bills.
Richard Blackwood did it in Cat for 2 years in a row, and then he got that job on EastEnders.
Yeah?
But think about it.
Well, Jimmy Cricket, Jimmy Cricket, is that his name?
Jimmy
Cricket.
Jimmy. Sir Jimmy Cricket.
Who was on Bob Mills's show a month ago, talking about his pantomime. And someone, maybe it was Bob the other night, someone was saying that Jimmy Cricket, what he does is he does panto for the 2 months a year, whatever it is, and then he goes and plays golf for the rest of the year because he can live off that. And Jimmy Cricket was on my radar, and then I was reading a thing yesterday that the pantomime that Jimmy Cricket is in, it's collapsed, and no one
got paid.
They haven't been paid.
This is what happened to Danny Baker years ago. Do you know about that?
Go on.
Well, he did one pantomime years ago, and he never got paid for it.
Really?
The guy did a runner. It's in his book.
Yeah. But I felt so sorry for Jimmy. I mean, there's a guy from Towie in it who cancelled.
No, from Geordie Shore.
Geordie Shore, go on.
Because I saw this about Scotty T, and he pulled out saying that he wasn't getting paid.
Saying that he'd only been paid 10% of his fee, and he'd lent them money.
And I thought, oh, this sounds a bit fishy, and he's a bit of a Jack the Lad. I wonder whether there's anything to this. But it was cancelled the night of the opening performance, wasn't it? I read in the paper.
This went on for about 3 weeks.
Right.
So they performed for about 3 weeks.
Well, I read in the paper that it got cancelled just before a perforance.
Right. No, this
and
was
they've all
a few weeks.
said that.
And Jimmy Cricket and that none of them have got paid, or they've been paid a tiny percentage of it. That's terrible. And they would have put in. It's 2 shows a day. It's bloody hard work.
Does Jimmy still wear the wellies with the left and the right on them? Yeah. Classic.
That is a proper act.
Yes.
Right? That is a proper act where you knew when Jimmy Cricket's on telly tonight.
Yeah.
You know exactly what you're going to get.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful, old-fashioned kind of that link with...
Get him on Performance Ring.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah. It's kind of the link with, music hall. It's music hall TV. It's
you just sit and giggle at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is very funny, very, very funny.
Yeah, exactly. And I was probably one of those, part of that generation, that for a while would sneer at those kind of comedians because they're old-fashioned and they're crap and they're telling old jokes. But actually, you go and look at that stuff. It's brilliant.
And also, he was in the era where he would get, if he was on telly, people would watch.
Yeah. Oh, you get 15 million viewers.
There was only like 3-4 channels if you're lucky. Yeah,
but I felt terrible when I read that he'd been stiffed, or so. I'm sure
he can go and play golf for the rest of the year.
Well, he can't afford to now. He'll have to go and work.
Yes.
He'll have to go and work.
Change golf.
He'll have to go and teach golf.
He'll have to go and do some gigs.
Teaching golf with Jimmy Cricket. I saw that video.
There's some people that will pay money for that.
He can only do crazy golf.
Yeah, exactly. Gatford?
Yes, very quickly, the Paperboy story.
Oh, yeah.
When I delivered the free paper when I was younger. I think some of you said that you did as well.
Yeah.
What did you used to do when you were ill? Because what happened was I had a mate who didn't have a paper round.
Yeah.
So I would pay him to do the paper round.
But how much would you pay him?
Well, I'd pay him what I got.
Idiot.
Well, no. It turns out he was the one that was doing the thing. Because what he did was he then asked my mum, and my mum would give him the money as well. and wouldn't tell me. And it was only later on that I said, I would say to her, I said, I'm not feeling well, I'm going to ring Chris. And she'd say, oh, yeah. She said, yeah, tell him I'll give him the same again. I went, what?
What?
So he was getting, it wasn't lots. You didn't get loads for the free paper.
How much did you get? Because I started, I got halfpenny a paper.
I can't remember. But it was something like that. It was something like 3 pence a paper or something stupid. It was based on bulk.
Yes.
And there was one time where the papers didn't get there.
Of course there was. Of course there was.
Just the one, because I'm a good
a
bloke.
thankless, horrendous job. Absolutely awful. You think, they banned kids going up chimneys and down mines. Well, that was nothing compared to delivering free newspapers.
And then one bloke once shouted at me. He came out the door. I posted the paper through the door.
Yeah.
He came out and shouted at me for putting it through the door.
I don't want this unsolicited... I remember some guy saying, I don't want this unsolicited rubbish.
But then I said, there's no sign on your door saying don't post anything. If there was a sign, I wouldn't have posted it.
I didn't know what unsolicited meant. I thought it was to do with prostitutes. Well, I did. I remember him saying it. I remember thinking, I don't know what that means.
So you didn't know what unsolicited meant, but you knew what prostitute meant.
Thanks very much for calling, Katherine. And I remember I had a crappy Boots own brand Walkman where if the batteries were running out, you had to keep your finger on the play button to make it play at the correct speed. 03444 499 1000. Rashid, come to you after this.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Iain Lee's New Year's Eve party on Talk Radio.
Good evening, dear listener. What are you doing, JP? What's going on?
I'm just fixing the wiring here. There's a few loose wires. I'm just
Look at you. We're not the BBC now. It doesn't matter if people slip and break their necks. It serves them right for not paying attention.
I was going to ask you, is this the only studio?
Yes.
Do all the presenters use this then? Yeah.
Because we're in the same floor as TalkSport. TalkSport have got huge studio over there, and then there's a couple of studios where people can go in and record stuff. But Talk Radio, this is it. We've got one studio. So
you come in here after James Whale during the week?
Yeah, I do. And I'm like you. I'm kind of an old school radio geek, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah. And so, coming in after James Whale, it's such a thrill. I mean, it really, honestly, genuinely. And James is a really nice bloke. Okay, I don't know him particularly well, but we talk from time to time, and I totally embarrassed him, and I didn't mean to at all. We were just chatting about life and whatever you do when you're stuck in a room together before a show. And he got up to go, and I said, James, can I just say, it's a real honour to be on the radio after you, and I mean that sincerely. And he couldn't handle it, could he?
No, he didn't.
He walked out all embarrassed.
He swore a little bit and then left.
Yeah, but he's a legend. I used to listen to James when he was on Talk Sport before he made that huge error on air by supporting someone in the London mayoral election.
He picked up someone. Yeah.
But his show was great, and he had fantastic characters. And then when it ended. Yeah. There was nobody else to listen to until you came along last, March or something? Yeah. There was nothing at all. But I'm a really big fan of James, and I'm such a fan that I managed to do a little recording piece with him about his. He's a big fan of archery.
Yeah.
So I went out and did a bit of that with him. But he's. I used to get, know all the names of the people. You get to know when you listen to the people. And I used to have this guy called Wilfred. And
was he the butler?
He was Wilfred from County Down.
Oh, okay.
And
I remember him.
Do you remember him?
Yeah.
And he would ring up, and he would just speak very eloquently about whatever subject they were talking about. And thank you for James for your time, and make a very intelligent point.
Yeah.
But then he sort of disappeared, and we didn't hear from him for a long time. And then when I did the recording with James, I said, James, I've been listening to you for years now. I said, what happened to Wilfred? And he said, I don't know what happened to him. And then he said, are you Wilfred? And I wasn't, and I had to say no, and maybe he thought, because one of the things about your job is, you don't know who the person is the other side of most of them, who they are on the phone, the other side, if they're trying to impersonate or whatever. But I felt really embarrassed that I had made him think or doubt maybe and think this is me, but I think he was okay about it.
Let's play a quick game of radio legends that we admire and miss. I'm going to go straight in with Tommy Boyd. Danny?
love and miss that, as in.
Well, just they don't need to be dead. Tommy Boyd isn't dead, I don't think. Although we've got 25 minutes to go. Who knows what's going to happen? But who do you like? Who do you dig on the radio?
Maybe not in the like a sort of regular host, but I used to love when Armando Iannucci had a show on Radio 1 a long time ago.
He had a show on Radio 1. Chris Morris had a show on Radio 1. Danny Baker had a show on Radio 1. I mean,
Leon Herring.
Crazy times. John?
Kenny Everett, and someone who you're not meant to say you like, you're definitely not meant to say you like, Jeremy Beadle was actually really, really good on the radio. He was awful on telly, but actually on the radio, he was a hell of a... I never really
listened to Jeremy Beadle on the radio, but I do hear so many people who say, oh, he was brilliant. Yeah. He was an innovator and would mix stuff up.
His stuff isn't on YouTube, unfortunately, so that's gone. What about Timmy Mallet? He was meant to be brilliant as well. I never got to hear him.
Yeah.
But Everett was the one for me, really.
JP?
Well, James Whale, of course.
Yeah.
There's a couple of other names. Jerry Anderson, who used to be... he did a bit on Radio 4.
Yeah.
He was a big name on Radio Ulster, really funny, really good at engaging with people. He came to Radio 4 for a while, and the audience hated him because of his accent, essentially.
Isn't that funny?
And they got rid of... The network had to get rid of him, essentially. Yeah. And he died a couple of years ago. Another one was... you know Pete Tong does the Radio 1 dance show? I think he'd done 20... It started about 92 or something, and he'd done 20 years of the Essential Selection, and I like listening to dance music, and I listen to it. And there was a piece in the BBC internal newspaper, 20 years of the Pete Tong dance show, the first dance show on Radio 1. I got straight back to him and said, excuse me, I think you'll find that before that was Jeff Young's Big Beat Show. And I had to do it. It was for about a year precursor, and I thought he was a really good presenter, and particularly for dance music, and he handed it over to Pete. But I just loved putting the BBC right on that point, the point of history.
Yes. They should know these things. Yes. Eben, any radio heroes?
As I've only got into radio quite recently, like a year ago, I could say some of the current ones.
Yeah, go on. It's all good. It's all good.
One that I listened to in mid-morning, James O'Brien.
Yeah. I love a bit of James.
And Nick Ferrari.
Yeah.
They're the main two in the morning.
It's funny because I like Nick Ferrari, and I disagree with everything politically he thinks. But he's bloody good at it. He's so good at it. You know, I do think that there's a little bit too much hatred in the world of radio at the moment, and stirring of the pot. But Ferrari is, he's a cracking listen. James O'Brien I beat in a 400-metre race once, so I have mixed feelings about that guy.
What about favourite Top of the Pops presenter?
I don't know if we can play that game anymore.
Good point. Yes,
just in case.
They're all dodgeballs. We've got some phone calls here, and then I'm still going to destroy your iPod roulette. Now, don't you worry about that. I've not forgotten. I know you're thinking, I'm glad he's forgotten, because I'm regretting it. That's happening, Eben. That's going to happen. Wayne!
Hi.
It's wrong show, Wayne. Hip, hip, hip.
Hip, hip, hip.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, I apologise.
That's okay, Wayne. No, we all, some of us got the reference, and that's enough.
Yes.
Hey. Yes.
Do you want an impression? I've been working on this all year.
Yeah, go on then.
Okay. Brace yourself.
Okay.
Well, hello, dear.
It's Nigel doing Mrs. Doubtfire.
Correct, 10 points.
Thank you very much indeed, yeah.
Now for 20 points, guess this impression.
Okay.
That's a dog of some sort, is it?
Yeah. Correct. What dog?
A corgi.
Close.
It's a small dog, isn't it?
It's good, but it's not the one.
A terrier.
Can we hear it again?
Jack Russell.
Is it a breed that we're looking for, or an individual?
You can't do it.
Scooby-Doo.
Hey, can I tell you something that we learnt tonight?
What's that?
Do you know what Scooby-Doo's full name is?
What is it?
Hold on, I know this.
Go on, John.
Scroobius Pip.
No,
hold on.
Scoobert. Scoobert Doo.
Thank you.
This is true.
And what about Scrappy?
Oh,
Schubert.
Yes,
Scoobert.
Oh, we don't know the dog, Wayne.
Oh, it was a Scotty.
Are you on drugs? Have you taken drugs to celebrate the New Year?
I'm just starting on them.
Wow, there was not an immediate. Well, that's. Have you been practising those all of 2016?
Yes.
Well, that really is time well spent.
Quite an achievement.
Yeah, isn't it just?
Yeah.
Isn't it just?
I was saving it for tonight.
Thank you, Wayne. We appreciate it.
I look forward to the New Year's Eve show next year.
I'm working on a goat for next year.
Oh, aren't we all? Aren't we all? Wayne, anything else?
That is all.
You're a delightful fruitcake. Thank you very much for calling. Let's go. Oh, let's go to Belgium. Katia.
Oh. Hello, good evening, bonsoir.
Now, shall we all leave the room and let you and JP make out with each other on the radio, now that you know who he is?
I'm familiar with Katia.
Yes.
Say no more, say no more, say no more. Familiar, say no more.
Yeah.
No, I tweeted in, and I think, because I thought, I think, Katia, you have a lovely voice.
Thank you.
Where's it from? Are you Belgian?
I am indeed, yes. It's not my fault.
And I did think that Ian should get you reading short stories, and then I actually thought more about this, and I thought it should be more specifically erotic fiction.
Oh God! Come on! They're all at it at the BBC. They've learned nothing.
You mucky man. No, I object.
Listen, you're only about you may well be the first female caller we've had tonight, so let's go steady, lads. But could you say something rude for us?
In what language?
Could you say in French? He put his dirty hose pipe away.
Il a away. Okay, il a mis son sale hosepipe. How do you say that again?
Sale hosepipe. Hosepipe.
No.
Pipe dose.
No.
You can say no, by the way, Katia. I feel really bad that you're attempting to do this.
I'm going to ask my mum. She doesn't speak English, but she speaks French.
How are you going to mind? Oh, listen.
Comment est-ce qu'on dit le tube d'arrosoir? Le tube d'arrosoir. Oui, non, ça. J'ai demandé juste à la radio parce que je savais plus comment est-ce qu'on dit pour arroser le tube d'arrosoir.
This is working for me.
Yeah.
Le tuyau d'arrosoir. C'est ça. Ok. Range ton tuyau d'arrosoir. That's the
that works. That's good. That's good.
Works.
Yeah.
Katia, is it? I learned something about the Danish today.
Okay.
From listening to Radio 4, the Best of Women's Hour.
Yes.
Yes. Did you listen? No. And you're in Belgium now, are you?
I am. Yes.
So you're kind of nearer to Denmark than we are.
Probably. Yes.
Is it true?
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. Yeah.
Is it true that the Danes don't have a word for please?
Probably. I have to go with Radio 4.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was on Women's Hour. It was a really good Women's Hour. There's that and a special a bit about Billie Joe Spears.
Proper radio.
But yeah, proper. All right.
Thank you, Katia.
All right, guys.
As opposed to.
I've been on Radio 4. I've interviewed. I've been on Loose Ends. Okay, so just when it was hosted by Ned Sherrin. So just thank you, guys. They don't have a word for please.
That's a shame. So should we invent something for them?
Well, what are you going to do about it? As a continental?
Yeah, I'm not far from Brussels.
You could nip over.
Yeah, I could probably come up with some. But that's a really strange question, Ian.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll keep it. Well, what did you call in for then?
Yeah, just to say hello to JP.
Well, Katia, honestly, it's really nice to speak to you in person because I listen to you a lot. I mean, I listen to the programme a lot, so I hear your calls, and I always think, oh, what a lovely voice that is.
When you say a lot...
I listen most nights in bed.
Oh.
This is... she's got...
We've turned the lights down in here.
She's got a fictional boyfriend called Roger, so this whole conversation is pointless.
He's in bed.
Can we speak to your mum?
Yes. Okay. Hold on a second. You want to... Maman, ils veulent te dire bonjour. Non, il parle pas français. Il parle... Okay.
Come on.
Okay, I'm going upstairs. Right. Ok.
Yes.
Attends. Oh, tu peux dire Happy New Year, maman. Attends.
This is the World Service.
Okay.
Let me speak to your mum. Come on.
Okay.
I can speak French.
All right. Okay, it's my mom. Listen to me. Pourquoi?
Bonjour, madame.
Bonsoir, Yann.
Je m'appelle Ian Lee. J'ai 2 ans. J'ai 2 ans. J'habite à Slough.
Alors, en français, bonne année.
Bonne année.
Voilà. Et en italien, bon anno.
Banana.
Bon anno in italien.
Excusez-moi. Pardon. Ça va?
In espagnol, Feliz años.
Auf dem Deutsch?
No.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch? That's a disappointment. The Kathy can speak French isn't coming in to help. Can anyone speak French?
Well, some people can.
Espagnol.
Bonsoir, madame.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
J'adore.
Madame Bertillon jouait avec le chat.
What?
Ah, vous jouez avec le chat?
That's all I remember from French at school, I'm afraid.
Bonne année. C'est bonne année.
Wow.
I'm glad we voted out now.
You used to learn all these weird phrases that you're never going to use.
What did you just say?
Madame Bertillon jouait avec le chat.
Plays with the cat.
Plays with the cat, thank you, yeah. It was never of any use to me, I'm afraid.
Until
just now.
Until this very second.
Did you learn it from watching, like, French versions of Are You Being Served?
If only they'd existed.
If only they'd
More
existed.
from Allo.
Let's put these two breaks together, because I've missed a break. Eben. Hang on, we got phone calls. Hang on, let me go to Adam. Good evening, Adam.
Yo, Ian.
Hello, Adam.
Dear. Yeah. I phoned you once before and it wasn't a very good call. So now I've phoned you and I've had a few beers, so it should be a good call.
So tonight, why was it a bad call?
It was nervous and I was phoning somebody I really liked on the radio.
It could have been worse. You could have been a massive racist, which we've
I could have phoned Nick Ferrari.
Well, no. Well, Adam, how is it's 12 minutes to go, dude. How's your New Year's Eve shaping up?
I'm in a pub watching a tribute rock band.
Oh, beautiful. Who are they tributing?
Free and Bad Company.
It's a good thing it's not the Danish Beatles.
Yes.
How would they do Please Me?
Exactly. Just be me. I know that Free and Bad Company there is a crossover, but when a tribute band has to do two bands, that's
at once.
Yeah, that's pretty. But how's it going there? Are you having fun with them? Is it all right now? Is that a song?
Yeah, it's all right now. The only other song I requested was a B-side from an Iron Maiden song. But now I'm outside in the car park and I found a large tube that I can do echoes in.
This sounds like a great night.
It's hilarious.
You have to do the rest of the phone call through the echo tube.
Okay.
So, are you there alone or have you got friends?
No, I'm ignoring my girlfriend who's currently in the bar.
Why? Have you fallen out with her?
No, it's just I just really wanted to come out and have a chat with you because I listen every day, but I can't phone you from home because I haven't got a signal.
I once, when I moved into a flat in Highgate with a girlfriend, we couldn't get a mobile phone signal, and BT were being really slack. I was only young, I was 25. BT were being really slack at install. They wouldn't come and install a phone line. It was a new flat, and I remembered this the other day, and I was mortified with embarrassment. I got really angry with BT, and I said, "You have to install a phone because my girlfriend is heavily pregnant, and we need a phone." Right? I didn't know anything about pregnancies and stuff, and the woman said to me, "Oh, when is the baby due?" And I went, "Oh, in a couple of months or something. I'm not quite sure." Of course, well, you know when a baby is due. You know pretty much that. So she obviously knew I was just lying. And I remembered, for some reason, I was in bed the other night, and this memory just came back of me lying. I felt awful. Adam.
No, so this is I'll probably only get to phone. I'm going to go back to here. But I only get to phone on probably a Friday night. But yeah. Well,
so how does your girlfriend feel at 9 minutes to midnight on New Year's Eve? You stepped out and left her at the bar.
She doesn't know where I am.
This relationship's
going well.
It's going to go well, definitely.
Well, Adam, go and find her.
Okay.
And either propose to her or break up with her. It's about time one of those things happened. Go on.
Yeah, 2 years, definitely.
I'll take the tube with you.
Yeah, do it through the tube. Darling, I'm splitting up with you.
Could you do it in a sort of Dalek voice?
No.
Okay, well, thanks for... he considered it. Thank you, Adam. He considered it, and that's the main thing. Let's get one more call in before 2017. Rashid!
Yes! Ian!
Yes! Have you fallen down a hole, Rashid?
Sounds like it.
I'm just, speak to my nephew for 1 minute. He's only, 7.
What's his name?
Hello?
Hey, man, what's your name?
Jason?
Jason?
Huh?
Jason?
Jason!
Okay, well, that's good. And how old are you? How old are you? 7?
Yes?
Brilliant. What you doing for New Year's Eve?
We're going to see the fireworks.
Beautiful. Yes. And are you taking your wife with you?
No, I'm just taking my uncle.
You're taking your old one? Okay, well, that sounds like a lot of fun. What do you do for a living?
He's just driving the car. He's going to pull over in 1 minute.
No, I don't want to talk to him. He's boring. I want to talk to you. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun. The fireworks are going to be, in about 7 minutes' time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You sound excited.
Yeah.
Yep. I've got no more questions to ask to a different 7-year-old.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to be a good guy, no problems, no gangs, and just get on working.
It sounds like you've been brainwashed.
Yeah. Are you reading that out?
Is there a gun pointing at your head?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, listen, we will...
Yeah, I pulled over.
Oh, Rashid, we're out of time, mate. That was cruel. That was cruel. I want to be a good boy and no problems.
No
gangs. That is a little bit...
Sounds like the start of a rap tune, doesn't it?
I want to be a good boy. No problem. Oh, bless him. Well, I've got another hour of this rubbish to go here. I can only apologise. And only another 6 minutes of the year 2016. I'm wondering if we're going to... And only another 6 minutes for more celebrities to die. So I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, Ian, is Nigel coming back to sing Our Lang Syne?
He kind of said he was going to.
Yeah.
That might be fun, huh?
It might be fun. He won't be listening now, so we can say what we want. I think we're going to be able to see the fireworks. I've got a feeling we might be in prime fireworks.
But hold on. I thought this was an anti-New Year's Eve party.
No, I'm going to look at the fireworks.
I'm not, crossing arms with anyone.
We're going to look at them with disdain.
Yeah.
We're going to go, oh dear, not them again.
We're going to be miserable.
Yeah, not those
about the fireworks.
That's complain about the fireworks.
Yes, exactly. Who lets off fireworks? Hey, I've saved some fireworks over from bonfire night for my boy's birthdays in a couple of weeks. That's going to upset the neighbours. Anyway, dear listener. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
We are Talk.
Talk Radio. Give it some lip.
I'm contractually obliged to stop talking at midnight for the news, even though I want to wish you a Happy New Year, but it's not Happy New Year, so I can't do it until now.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Ian Lee's New Year's Eve party on Talk Radio.
Bloody fireworks. Hang on a minute. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's good. Oh, yeah. Hey! Donald, where's your trousers? Yay!
Oh, I did.
Oh, good stuff, man. JP can't handle his poppers.
No.
Now, Happy New Year, everybody! Happy New Year! Happy New Year.
I don't do New Year.
No, I don't. And I feel I should say something profound and.
Why start now?
Well, hang on a minute. I'm quite. I can get quite clever sometimes. Now we don't want Old Lang Syne unless it's being sung by Nigel.
Yes.
I'm just going to have a moment just to enjoy the fact that it's 2017. Enjoy it. It might be rubbish. Generally rubbish. We can see the fireworks out of the window. London's fireworks. We're seeing them for free. And none of us are that bothered. I'm tempted to close the blinds. I'm tempted to close the blinds.
And watch a screensaver with some fireworks instead.
When I found out I was going to be doing this show, I was so thrilled to be asked to do it, because I think it's a bit of an honour to do it, and also I might as well be working because I won't be doing anything else, so I get paid for it. But I did toy with the idea of not mentioning New Year's at any point in the show, but I thought maybe that even for me that's a little bit.
Well, with that going on outside the window, it would be hard to avoid. I suppose, wouldn't it?
To avoid. Well, it's 2017, dear listener. I always feel that I should feel. I always feel wonder if there's something wrong with me, because I never feel anything 4 minutes into a new year.
Maybe 5 or 6, you might.
I might at 6. I might turn, and I might start embracing it. But it's just it's weird. It's never been.
It's vastly overrated, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm being miserable, I suppose. But
do you do anything? What do you do for fun?
Do you have generally? I listen to the Ian Lee show on Talk Radio.
This can get miserable. This rubbish. God, we can get miserable on here.
No, I tell you, New Year's Eve, I don't do it. When I was a kid.
Yeah.
Really young, my granny used to come and babysit on New Year's Eve when my mum and dad maybe go to the neighbours or something. And I remember at 12 o'clock she would, adored my grandmother. She would go and open the curtains, and myself and my sisters as little children would stand there, and she would just look out and say, "Oh, look, can you see the old year going out and the new one coming in?" And it was just a very beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And nothing since then, standing 10 deep in a pub, has never been as good as that for me. I think that's the reason I don't like it.
I mean, these things are slightly different now that I've got. So I'm just dialing my sister's phone number in New Zealand. So I'm sort of not looking. These things take on a slightly different significance now that I've got kids. It's like Christmas now. Now I've got two young boys. Christmas is what Christmas, is how I remember Christmas as a kid. It's manic, and it's wrapping paper everywhere, and it's not having the right batteries, and it's that kind of excitement. And I guess New Year's kind of takes on some significance, but it's all a bit false, really, isn't it? It's all a little bit false.
Yeah.
Give my sister a call in New Zealand. Now are they?
They're already next year.
They're ahead of us, right? Okay. Oh, why does it say it's not? Hang on a minute, Joe. I think you've sent me. Do I not? I think. Oh. Hang on a minute. 088. I think maybe I don't put that number in. Oh dear, I don't know how you work that. If we get rid of that. Alright. Oh. Bear with me, dear listener. Bear with me. Who's on after us, Kath? Is it best of 2 likes or something?
I don't care.
What? Sorry?
I don't know. I hadn't thought as far as this year, to be honest.
Let's see if this works. Here we go.
Oh, they've got our phone.
No?
Ring. They've got our ring.
That's her mobile, but why would that be?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You alright?
I'm alright, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Do you and your sister get on well?
It's a very...
we did. I thought we did.
Happy New Year, big sis!
Happy New Year. We're well into 2017 here.
Who's died?
Can we say the Queen?
No.
No.
Oh, have you heard that already over there?
We have just to say, guys. Of course, the Queen's is still with us.
13 hours ahead.
Yeah.
The Queen's good.
What did you do?
No, all good here. No. Huh?
What did you do for New Year's then?
We had a lovely New Year's with friends, and we're still at their house now. And we had a barbecue and a sleepover and a kitchen disco and lots of dancing.
And did the kids?
It was really good fun.
Did the kids stay up?
No, we put them in a tent and they slept in the garden.
Really? Do they not have social services over there? That sounds outrageous.
Well, it's okay. They got woken up by the fireworks and all the shouting from the neighbours, but they're all right there.
What about the dingoes?
Yeah, good. The what?
Dingoes.
The dingoes. The wrong country.
Yeah. A little bit racist. The London fireworks are still going on, and that is, I don't want to be funny, that is taxpayers' money that is literally going up.
Not my money.
It is this Sadiq Khan, since he's become the Mayor of London.
All he's doing is blowing off fireworks.
Totally. Your hard-earned tax pounds is being spaffed up the wall by Sadiq Khan. And I will not let this rest. 2017, boy oh boy, I'm going to bring him to justice.
We're missing the bongs. We don't have any bongs here at midnight.
Any bongs? We've got one, but Danny's hogging it. Terrible.
But it's better than the hootenanny anyway. It beats having a hootenanny.
I've not got anything to say to you because I spoke to you like yesterday or something.
I know. We must stop this in 2017.
Well, let's make this our last call for the year. So the next time that we speak in 2018, we'll have plenty. We'll have plenty to talk about.
Would you like to talk to your niece?
Yeah, I'd like to talk to my niece, but not my nephew. Because last time I spoke to my nephew on here, he destroyed me.
He pwned you.
He did pwn me.
You were Illuminati.
He did. He thought.
You were Illuminati. MSM.
Yeah, he thinks I'm Illuminati. Go on. Is Pepper there?
Yeah. Pepper's here. Hold on.
Hi. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Pepper. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, I remember. You're live on the radio. Is there anything you'd like to say to the people of the United Kingdom?
You're annoying.
Yeah. Hello? Is that it?
Hello.
Hello. Do you have a good Christmas, peeps?
I'm not Pepper.
Is that Dylan?
I'm Dylan.
Oh, man, I didn't know you'd swapped halfway through the... Where did she go?
She's long gone.
Oh, man alive, what a square. How are you, man?
I'm good.
Did you have a good Christmas?
How are you? I got a new football, some new video games.
What video games did you get?
Yeah, I got Lego Dimensions, which is a really, really cool Lego game.
What Lego game?
Lego Dimensions.
Oh, is that the one with the models and stuff, and you have to put them on squares and they appear on the screen?
Yeah.
Don't tell my boys about that because I don't want them to know that stuff exists. Okay.
Yeah.
What have you made any New Year's resolutions, Dylan?
I don't know yet. I really don't know.
You're still weighing it up. Are you going to investigate the Illuminati any further?
Why would I need to when I've already got an uncle who's part of it?
Oh, man alive! You really have got your finger on the pulse, haven't you? How you finding New Zealand? Are you digging it?
Not really.
Oh, mate, why not?
Nothing's really going that well.
Oh, really? Go on.
Well, I'm getting bullied a lot. I don't have any friends here, so...
Oh, Dylan!
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anything I can do to help?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, mate, I'm sorry to hear that. That absolutely sucks. I'm really sorry to hear that, man. I got bullied a bit at school, and it's lousy.
Yeah.
Are the teachers any good at helping?
No, not at all. Not in the slightest.
Oh, mate.
One of our teachers kind of like, so there was a fight that happened in front of his classroom.
Yeah.
Between two boys in his class.
Yeah.
Before the holidays, and he kind of just literally just watched them as they were doing. He's the head of our so our school split up into 4 mini schools.
Yeah.
And he's the head of our mini school. That guy that was just watching them.
Was he taking bets?
No, kind of.
Oh, mate, I'm sorry to hear that, Dylan. I miss you and Pepper so much. I wish there was something I could do to sort it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you think of anything that I can do, obviously I can't help necessarily with the bullying and not getting on with the school and stuff. But if you can think of anything I can do that might make you feel a little bit better, then you can ask, man. I know we don't get to speak too often because of the time difference and stuff, but I'm still your uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I miss you guys. Hopefully I'll get to see you soon.
Yeah.
All right, man.
I love you, Ian.
I love you too, Dylan. It's nice to speak to you, man. I'll speak to you soon, yeah? Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Oh.
Hello?
Hello. Oh, that was sad.
Hello.
Yeah,
I'm sorry about that.
No, don't apologise.
But I thought of a positive thing.
Yeah?
You know the guy with the eggs?
Oh,
we
yeah.
had a tray of eggs in Wellington at Christmas, and it must have had like 20 eggs in it.
Yeah.
And I think only one of them wasn't a double yolker.
Oh, there we go. And can you believe JP has never had a double yolker?
No, send one over.
Jay-Z or JP?
JP's never had
Just use J, is fine.
Tell him to buy his eggs in Waitrose, and he'll have a significantally...
that's where I'm making a mistake.
Yeah.
Joe, lots of love to everyone, and, love
you.
If there's anything we can do to cheer the kids up, let me know.
We'll come over to New Zealand.
Well,
that would cheer them up.
you paying?
Well, we can do free accommodation. But listen, I want to wish you and all of your listeners and people at Talk Radio a very happy 2017, and keep on doing all your good work.
Thank you very much. Love you lot. See you later on. Bye. Miss you.
Bye.
Oh, my poor nephew. Oh, my poor nephew.
That's not nice to hear, is it?
That's sad. Well, bless him that he feels he can talk about it and stuff, and so that's something that he's not kind of.
It's very hard because what you want to say to young kids is that happens, but in 20 years' time you look back and think those people are irrelevant to me. But it's very hard to explain or to people to get that at their age.
0344 499 1000. Call quick, otherwise the next call is going to be Alan Caddick again.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Ian Lee's New Year's Eve party on Talk Radio.
I have watched a lot of Christmas films recently. Most of them are rubbish. I watched. I tweeted. This is you on Twitter. You guys delete your accounts immediately. The other day, I had the boys, and it was like, we want to watch a Christmas film. Recommend a Christmas film that isn't Nativity, Elf, the Polar Express, or any of the Home Alones, because we've done those to death. And the two that came up were the Santa Claus and Jingle All the Way, right? And so I put it to the vote, and the Santa Claus won. Anyway, we ended up watching both films. Both films are awful. Have you seen the Santa Claus? The Santa Claus is where Tim Allen kills Father Christmas. Right.
Not a good start.
It's not a good start. But then he becomes Father Christmas. He kind of inherits the role. But I was watching it. Has anyone said? I don't know if anyone's ever celebrated a Christmas in America. Right? It's based on a false premise. In that him and his wife are divorced, and it stars the excellent, I can never remember his surname, Judge Reinhold.
Yes.
Yeah. How many other people are called Judge?
Rinda.
Is it Judge or Judge?
It's not really.
It's Judge. She's a Judge.
I used to get called Judge.
He takes him out. He's cooking Christmas dinner, but on Christmas Eve. And he burns it, so they all go out for Christmas dinner, and then they go to like a Denny's, and there's loads of other dads who've obviously ruined the Christmas dinner. But I'm thinking, you don't have Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve. You don't have the turkey on Christmas Eve, unless that's a thing in America.
Well, it's a very Eastern European thing as well, isn't it, to have the festivities on Christmas Eve rather than Christmas Day.
Yeah. So the whole film was ruined for me because of that.
You couldn't get behind it.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you seen it, Eben? Have you seen the Santa Claus?
Not the fact that Santa had been killed. That didn't
And
matter.
that a regular man started
Not
to
from
become...
a long time ago.
You've seen it though.
Yes.
The whole thing was ruined for me because of that thing. So I couldn't buy into it.
I think they've made a couple of those, but now I'm struggling to think, because those were both Tim Allen, but I can picture Paul Giamatti going through basically the same motions.
The wee fella that I like. Who's the wee fella?
Danny DeVito?
No. Martin Short. Martin Short's in one of them as well as Jack Frost. So that film was ruined for me. And then we watched Jingle All the Way, and we said, Jingle All the Way, it's going to be...
that?
Schwarzenegger.
Oh.
Right. And here's the thing.
That's going to stink.
Basically, he doesn't get... Schwarzenegger and Sinbad. And basically, he doesn't buy the Turbo Man toy, which is the toy that everyone wants, and so he's trying to find this thing, right? And I'm watching this, and I'm thinking the only reason this could ever be considered funny is if you take it back into the context of the early 90s, and it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, who hadn't made many comedies then. I think he'd done Kindergarten Cop, and that was it. So he was still the Terminator, and oh look, it's the Terminator, but being a frustrated dad and watching hilarious things happen. One of the hilarious things that happen is that him and Sinbad, they go to this building to try and, where they think they're going to win this toy, and the police come, and Sinbad has got a parcel because he's a postman, and he says, "Don't come near me, this is a bomb."
Oh.
And then it turns out it is a bomb. It's the weirdest film. And I'm watching it, I'm thinking, and 20 minutes into a film, and you're thinking, nah, this is rubbish. But the kids didn't get it because they didn't know who Schwarzenegger was, and it was awful.
We saw a terrible film this Christmas. It's kind of my fault.
Yeah, go on.
Well, my husband had taken the girls to the cinema to see Nativity 3,
Yeah.
Dude, Where's My Donkey?
Aye.
It's actually called that.
Are any of the original cast in it?
The kids, Mr. Poppy.
Mr. Poppy.
Hey, Happy New Year!
Hang on. What's with them?
Happy New Year!
Right.
Sorry? Yeah.
Also in this is Martin Clunes,
Yeah.
Catherine Tate,
Yeah.
not Imelda Staunton, the one with the
bosoms.
Yeah, what's she called? Celia Imrie.
Yeah. Come on! What is this?
And a number of other people who
You've been
you
in the
think
TalkSport
should know better.
Yeah.
I was thinking of that one where she said in Calendar Girls we're going to need considerably bigger buns.
Okay.
Right. It's awful. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
But I'd kind of tricked my husband into taking the girls to the cinema, and this is the one he told me he saw another parent with their children in the cinema, and she actually mouthed to him, "This is torture."
Yeah. But the
So-
first one isn't very good.
The first one's brilliant.
No, it's not. The only good bit in the first one is the audition scene.
Oh, I like the first one. I thought it was charming.
Ugh.
And I've seen a lot of rubbish films, so I thought that was all right.
Katia, are you a fan of the Nativity movies?
Yeah, I am. I love the Nativity films.
All three of
Have you
them?
seen the third?
Well, I've seen the first one. That's the best one of the lot.
Yeah, don't...
Well, hang on. Have you seen the second and the third?
The second one was okay. Third one was a bit pony.
Right. Okay.
It's a donkey. Anyway, it makes no sense. It makes no sense at all, right? And but what happened was, for a joke, my eldest daughter, she's already got a good sense of humour, asked Father Christmas for it for her dad.
Oh,
so he got
really?
it.
That'll learn him. That'll learn
and
him.
we all watched it together. And I was
Oh.
made to have it as well.
Flipping
It
heck.
really was torture.
Oh, yeah.
Girls love it. It makes no sense at all. It's all nonsense.
Well, Alan, how's 2017 shaping up for you?
Well, it's a good start so far. I'm absolutely wet-ass.
Well, that's wonderful news, Alan. You must be so pleased.
Champagne all night.
Yeah, have you really? Wow. We've not even had a
I'll
cup
tell
of
you
tea
what, I'm
or
going to have a
anything.
bad head in the morning.
Well, yeah, Alan, you deal with that in the morning. The only way to deal with that is to keep drinking now, buddy.
I've been black coffee would sort it out.
No. More booze. Get some more booze down your neck.
You know, this is my first call 2017.
Hang on, let me just check the logs. Yes, this is it. He's right. This is his first call of 2017. Thank you, Alan.
Have a good hip, everyone.
I can literally hear him melting on the phone. Let's go to Star. Good evening, Star.
Hip, 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 and a Happy New Year, guys.
Hip, hip. This is more like it. It's perky. Hip, 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 and a Happy New Year, Star.
So, go on then. How's it shaping up for you so far?
Well, I'm stuck in a room with 4 blokes.
Same as usual, really, isn't it?
It's pretty bad here.
Well, mine's shaping up pretty good, to be fair. I had a pretty good 2016. You know, got married to the man of my dreams, and
great.
Gonna get 2017 even better and spend a lot of time together and, you know, just make our lives even happier than what they already is.
You make me sick. You make me want to puke with your happiness.
Yeah.
And, we're happily married and we're going to make our lives better.
We've known each other for 15 years.
Oh, it makes it even worse. You should hate each other by now.
No, definitely not.
Awful. Well, that's congratulations.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
The other thing I was thinking about is,
Yes.
you were talking about Christmas films.
Yes.
The best ever Christmas film of all time has got to be Santa Claus the movie, the original one.
My next door neighbour was in that. My next door neighbour, Stan, played one of the elves. He was a wee fella.
Really?
He was a wee
did
fella.
you know the guy that actually played Santa Claus, he died about 6-7 months ago?
Oh no, 2016!
Thank God that's gone.
No, but nobody actually mentioned that he died. I mean, they're talking about all these other people, but nobody mentioned
All right,
him.
hang on a minute. What's his name?
His name is David Huddleston.
David Huddleston. Well, what else did he do? But, you know, with the greatest respect to the Huddleston family and their tragic loss.
I'm not quite sure all the other films.
They're hardly going to say, in between Bowie and Prince and all of these other, and Victoria Wood. Oh yeah, and the bloke that played Father Christmas.
That guy with the big beard.
But, you know,
He's
come
gone.
on.
Yeah. Well,
He was a very iconic person in that movie. That movie,
in that movie, yes.
All time.
Yeah, in that movie. I mean, it's hardly Dudley Moore's finest. Moment.
Yeah, like, he was a bit corny, so I will agree with you with that one.
Oh, I miss Dudley Moore. I miss Dudley Moore. Wouldn't it well be a nicer place?
I miss Dudley Moore and more. Thank
you. He's doing all the voices.
There was a thing on tonight, actually, wasn't there? Oh, thank you, madam. Thank you. There was a thing on tonight, like the Missing Dudham Pete sketches or something.
Yeah, we taped that. It looks quite good from the adverts, to be fair, actually. And it shows, like, he's quite funny times and stuff like that, and his quirky sense of humour.
I love it. I'll have that tomorrow sorted.
Me too.
It's tomorrow sorted. Well, Star, I'm glad you had a good year. I hope you have an even better one in the upcoming year. Let's go to... Oh, look there. It's DJ Ötzi.
Hey, man. I realise I'm not the first putter, so it's a shame that I'm not, man.
DJ Ötzi sounds mashed up. Your brain got mashed up.
Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year,
Happy New Year. So you're a pop party prince saying Happy New Year, too.
Yeah, do you remember Vienna?
JP, John, Sherry the Bear, Question Guy, Larry the Razor Plug, and Ferret Boy.
You do sound a little bit like Shaggy out of Scooby-Doo. Do you know
What
that?
are you talking about, man?
Or Scuba-Doo. You do sound a little bit like Shaggy.
Happy New Year to you. There's no need to, come here with these cartoon things, man. It's a new year.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I didn't realise.
I'm hoping. Is that John?
Hello, good evening.
Hey, John, man.
Hey there.
Look, listen, man. When me and you were in a bar in 2011,
yeah,
and you said to me, "Hey, look."
Yeah.
What are you using over there, guys? What are you using over there? I said to you, John. I said, "Hey, look, I'm trying to come up with my brand new hit," and you.
I'm sorry to hear that, Scoob.
Hey, listen, man. What's wrong with you, dear? It's 2017. We already got some beef going on. I'm only 29 minutes in. 30 minutes in, actually. It's just clicked over.
Well, of course, I don't think it's 2017 yet where you are, is it?
No, we've been already here.
No?
We've already been doing this like for the last hour and a half.
There we
man.
go. There we go. Well, that's
exactly. We've been here enjoying it for the last hour and a half. We've been eating the Austrian stuff.
Yeah, where are you again?
And then we went on to the Austrian stuff, and then we've been drinking the Austrian beers as well, man.
Ötzi, it's been a pleasure.
Peace and love, man. Peace and love.
Should we take a break?
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Iain Lee's New Year's Eve party on Talk Radio.
We've been promising it for ages. Eben, about 2 hours ago, you challenged me to a game of iPod roulette. Do you still wish to make that challenge?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, the rules are very simple. There are 3 rounds. We set our music players to random. A random track comes up. We have 1 pass. We have some judges here who will be deciding what is the best track. How many tracks have you got on? Oh, you've plugged it into a device.
Yeah, charging.
There we go. How many tracks have you got on there?
Quite a lot, but I may have to stop a couple.
Sweary. Do you listen to the gangster rap?
No, not all of them.
Has he recorded your parents in bed? What have you got on there?
2 Professor Green songs.
Oh, he's banned.
Maybe, yeah.
He's banned. All right, then, you can go first.
Okay.
There we go.
Try to play it on the speaker.
Yes, play it. Hold up against the microphone, and we'll hear your humiliation. Still taking calls, by the way. 0344 499 1000. Yeah, not got off to a great start, mate.
Bit of John Kelly.
What is this?
The Sex Pistols.
Okay, turn it off. You happy to stick with that, or do you want to pass?
I'll stick with it.
Oh, okay, fine. Well, I'm gonna fire up the old. Now the problem with mine is it is chock full of Beach Boys and Monkeys bootlegs that are very low quality. So, are you ready? That was the track that was already there. So we're going to fire it off. Oh. It's Paul Stanley, lead singer from Kiss, and a song called It's Alright. Goes a little bit like this. There we go. He's pretty good at taking care of himself. I think we know which way this is going to go. Danny, we'll start with you. It's Paul Stanley versus the Sex Pistols.
I'm going to have to go with the Sex Pistols.
That's outrageous. Katherine, you don't get a vote in this.
Oh!
Your music taste is awful.
Okay, carry on.
What am I doing? I'm saying which one is better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Paul Stanley.
Oh! JP.
I think the Sex Pistols.
Oh, do you think?
See, I could have helped you there, but as my music taste is awful.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair enough. That's best of 3. We go on to the next. Oh, mate.
John Lennon.
It's Piggy in the Middle by the Ruffles.
Oh, brilliant.
It's their pastiche of I Am the Walrus. Good luck, young man. Away we go. Round 2. I'm sticking with that, by the way. I'm trusting that you're doing this on random.
Did I pass?
Is this a rude one?
Hang on, what was that you were about to play?
It's rubbish.
Was it Michael Jackson?
Yeah, don't stop till get enough.
And you're passing on that?
Yeah.
You've said it now, but that's the worst move I've ever heard! You're passing on that!
I thought no one would like it.
What? Mate, alright. He's used his pass. He can't go back on that. He would have won with that easily.
He would have done.
Disappointed. Look at JP's face. He can see what it is. What is this rubbish? Classical?
It's just the Archers.
Turn that off.
Lost.
What on earth is that? Mate, what have you got on your phone?
Bruckner.
Someone's hacked your phone, mate. Okay, JP, we'll start with you. It's Bruckner versus the Ruttles.
I'm not really in a classical mood at the moment, so I think it's the Ruttles.
Thank you very much indeed, John Dredge.
I would say the Ruttles.
Catherine?
Oh,
You
play
don't.
now,
No,
man.
I'm just saying, just reminding you, you don't get a say in this, as your music taste is phony. Danny?
Hey diddle diddle.
Thank you very much indeed. It's the best of three. This is the final deciding round. You can go first, Eben. I wish you luck.
No, you skip this one.
Sorry?
Skip.
What do you mean skip?
New pass.
You've had it.
Just don't tell him he can't see what you're
You've
doing.
only got one pass, mate. You've only got
Don't
one
tell
pass.
us.
No, I didn't pass. Wrong.
Your finger slipped.
I was 7 years old when I got my first pair, and I stepped outside, and I was like, Mama, this air bubble right here is gonna make me fly. I hit that court, and when I jumped. I swear I got so high. I touched the net. Mom, I touched the net. This is the best day of my life. Air Maxes were next.
What is...
Macklemore.
Michael McIntyre?
Michael Moore?
Michael McIntyre, why do they put chocolates on your pillows in hotels? Macklemore.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair enough. Okay, right. Here we go. This is it, the final round. That's the Inspira Carpets, Saturn 5, very topical. Danny, it's the Inspira Carpets versus Michael McIntyre.
Does Michael McIntyre have a bit about carpets?
No, there's very little about carpets.
Inspira Carpets.
Thank you very much indeed, Mr. John Dredge.
The Inspira Carpets.
JP?
I agree, the Inspira Carpets. Yeah.
It was a well fought game, Eben, but you didn't.
The classical piece let him down, I think.
What was that doing on your telephone? Someone's hacked your phone.
It is a very strange mood to pass on one of the most popular songs.
Sucker Jackson, what were you doing, man?
I didn't realise what people would think.
It's a classic. It's a classic. You would have totally wiped the ball on the floor with that. That was unbeatable. There are some hands that are unbeatable, and that was unbeatable. It was a brave effort. Well done. You're a big man for.
He's got the tissues here anyway.
Well done. 0344 499 1000. Last 20 minutes of the show. I suspect we've lost. I suspect that we won't be getting any more phone calls tonight. If you want to call in, you're more than welcome to. No pressure. There's only another 20 minutes to go. This is Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Iain Lee's New Year's Eve party on Talk Radio.
We're just talking about how this lot are going to get home.
Thanks for the lift, Ian.
No, it's not happening, guys. I sent out very strict email instructions saying, make sure you have. This is a very rough area. It's called London, and make sure you have your own way home. So none of this. Oh, can I have a... No, you're on your own, guys. Eben's sensible. His dad's coming to pick him up. Hey, maybe you can tap his dad for a lift. I don't know.
We're catching the 2 back to Wandsworth.
Is that what he's doing?
He's had a couple too many
He's had a few
drinks.
drinks.
Oh, is he? Yes. You're all going to get murdered. And do you know what? You're all going to get murdered, and it's going to make me look bad.
Yeah.
But think of the publicity. You'd be right up the charts.
But you sleep well tonight when you get home, and we're still wandering the streets.
Oh, I'm going to sleep. I am going to sleep beautifully well tonight. Don't you worry about that, ladies.
I'm going to sleep under the desk if that's all right. James Whale's actually there at the moment.
He is. Someone who I didn't think would live to see 2017 is Dennis in Dunstable.
Good morning, Ian.
Happy New Year, Dennis.
Well, same to you. And are you willing to take a bet? I'm halfway through my 92nd anyway.
Yes.
And this year I'll lose one of the Brooks family, but we'll gain another one in May. So I'm losing one granddaughter. She's getting married, so she won't be a Brooks. But one of my other grandchildren is having another little one in May. So with a bit of luck, I'm losing one and gaining one.
Beautiful. That's good.
Anyway, the bet. I bet you every time I'd make it to the birthday, but you've never paid your dues.
Double or quits, mate. Every year we have a bet that Dennis won't make it to another birthday. So how old are you now? 91?
No, I'm in 92nd year now.
So you're 91?
I'm 91 full and at least halfway through the 92nd year.
And when's your birthday, in May?
Yeah, end of May.
I'll have a tenner on it, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The thing is, Dennis, we need to arrange who's going to pay me, because I've said this before. I don't want to rock up at your funeral. And
he owes me money.
Yeah, exactly. And I have to approach your poor widow or your kids and say, look, it's such a loss, but I did have a tenner on this.
Everything over to my children, and they're going to bury me. I've spent the burial money. It's too bloody late.
Yes, well, okay. I'll have a tenner on it, then.
Okay, all the best. Anyway, all the best for the new year.
Tatty bye.
Keep going. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I went and saw 50 Shades of Grey with that man. It's true. Me and Katherine went with some listeners to see 50 Shades of Grey. And I don't know if anyone's seen the film. It's such a boring, most unerotic, uninteresting film. It's quite horrible, actually. And there's a scene in it where Mr. Grey opens the door to the sex dungeon, and it's all laid out with all this equipment. And when he opened the door and you see all these paddles and whips and things, and Dennis very loudly in the cinema went, "That looks just like my garage, that does." And the woman in front of us turned round and told me to be quiet. And I said, "It's not me, it's the old guy." She went, "Oh, don't be so silly, of course it's you." Mike!
Is it too late to play iPod roulette against the listener?
Yes!
Oh.
Yes, it is. I've destroyed one young man and ruined his life. I can't do it to anyone else. It's unfair, Michael. It's unfair.
It's easy to do that to a youngster, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not quite as old as you, but still.
Listen, buddy. Give us a call in the week. I'll certainly have a game then, but I just don't like humiliating so many people back to back.
I'm going to ruin the start to 2017, but thank you. Good year, good happy new year. Bye.
Good. Is that it? But what a coward. Good happy new year. And this is what I was thinking. Jingle All the Way. Just to go back to that 0344 499 1000. As I was watching it, it's the American version of Clockwise. Have you seen Clockwise?
I love Clockwise.
Oh, it's awful.
Don't you like it? What's going on? It's great. It's written by Michael Frayn, great writer.
All he's got to do, have you seen the John Cleese?
Yeah, I must agree. I didn't like it either.
All he's got to do is make a phone call in it, and everything will be sorted out. He's just got to make a phone call.
Yeah, but that was made before phones existed.
They have payphones you put in. The whole thing is just... but Jingle All the Way reminded me a lot of Clockwise.
Why, has it got John Cleese in it?
No, but you just kind of think all it would take is one phone call.
Okay, yeah.
Really? And everything would be solved, you know. It's just...
Yeah.
Tedious.
But what do you think of It's a Wonderful Life? I mean, I saw that for the first time all the way through the other day. I wasn't a big fan of it.
It's all right. Kath's given me the eyes because she gave it to me on DVD a couple of years ago and I haven't watched it. I saw it years and years ago. I like James Stewart, but I feel I should be able to do an impression of him, and I can't.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
I thought you were starting to do one.
But you can't start. Whoa, man! Yeah. So, but then I can't go any further.
But it feels like you should be able to.
Yeah.
John, you're the man of the.
Blimey, James Stewart. I don't know, man. Well, what do you think you're doing?
No.
See, because I like Rope. Have you ever seen Rope? My God.
No.
The Hitchcock film with James Stewart.
No.
What a great film. The whole thing, I think almost the whole thing is one take or something.
No.
Well, there's about two takes.
It's every
so often
9 minutes or 11 minutes.
It goes for a long time in real time.
Right.
All takes place in one room. Great.
Yeah.
Brilliant film.
Here's the thing. I'm going to throw this out there. Why the hell not? I think Hitchcock's overrated.
For heaven's sake.
Psycho is not a good film.
What are you talking about, man?
Psycho is
I liked Psycho.
It's just... I like the fact that you think the whole film is about that lady and then she gets murdered, so it's not about her.
Yeah, that was
But the rest of it was... I just find it tedious.
The birds I found very scary when I first watched it as a kid.
No, it's just ponderous. The only film that I liked, I've not seen it since I was at college, was the last one he did with Van der Valk in London.
Frenzy. It wasn't his last one, but it was. It was a late one, and it was his last return over here.
When Van der Valk strangles women, he goes, lovely.
It's very. I mean, he got away with a. It does make you wonder that if he'd been able to have the same freedom throughout his career as he did by that point, because censorship was a little bit looser, he probably would have been a lot less creative.
But the main reason I like it is because you get to see lots of old London in 1970, 71, something like that. And I like films where you see
the dirty buildings.
Yeah,
you notice that? That's the thing of old London. The buildings are all
really dirty building. I tell you what I miss about old London. And I was thinking this the other day. You don't get the screech of brakes. Do you remember black cabs and buses? I remember the 70s and the 80s. Their brakes used to really screech. London seemed to be, maybe it's because I was a kid, I don't know, but London seemed to be a noisier place.
Oh, right.
It was a different kind of noise, but it was noisier,
more mechanical sort of sound.
Yeah. And I also miss. I'm so old-fashioned. I'm always amazed that you get Ann Summers shops in the high street. Because and you get sex shops in the high street now, and it's like, we're a sex shop and we sell dildos and sexy pants over there. Because I remember coming to London as a kid with my parents, and you'd see these blacked out shop fronts where the shop was complete, the window was black and the door was black and there was no indication what it was. And I remember saying to my mum, what's that? And she went, we don't, it's an adult shop, we don't know, we don't know. And now it's like, it's just everywhere.
Just shop windows.
It's literally in the shop windows. You'll see dildos and things. You think, come on.
What kind of shops do you go to?
Well, no, I don't go into them. They're just. Well, now I'm embarrassed because we've got a lady caller. Sam.
Hi.
Hi, Sam. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
How's it going? What have you been up to?
Loads of stuff. We're up, we're out, we're in, we're not here. You know, just crazy. What have you been up to? What's been happening?
Doing a radio show.
No way!
Wait! Sat in the studio with a load of blokes!
Oh my god!
Have you been drinking, Sam?
Me? Never.
No.
God.
No. So where have you been? Have you been out with friends then? Where have you been?
No, so we thought we'd have a quiet one. It's our first New Year in the new house.
Beautiful.
So we thought we'd have a quiet one, but we've just moved to, I don't know if you know, Surrey area.
Yeah, I know, I've heard of Surrey, yeah. It's in England, isn't it?
Some people could say it's England,
yes. Yeah. Okay.
So we thought we'd walk up to Eben Downs.
Yeah.
And see oh my god, the fireworks. Oh, there's more going off now. Across the whole of London, we could see it. It was amazing. Like the best thing I've ever seen, ever.
You could see the display from the Thames? Or
yes.
just, oh wow, okay, yeah.
Yes, we could see it from across Canary Wharf all the way across to Heathrow.
Wow,
you can see everything. You can see the whole skyline. It's amazing. It was so much fun. So much fun.
Oh, you kind of peaked at that sentence and then dropped off a little bit. And who have you...
That's because we're walking back now, so my hands free's got funny. Sorry, hang on.
Who are you with?
I'm with my my boyfriend that you called. What did you call him?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
When was this?
Oh God, we spoke ages ago, and I think he called up later, and then I think you cut him off. My fiance, shall I say?
Oh yeah, well you could do better than him, Sam.
Do you know what? I probably could.
You could do better than him, and it's very noble of you.
He's lovely.
He's all right, but it's very noble of you to stick with him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's very generous.
He makes me happy. Anyway, what's happening with you? What's going on?
Well, you're saying that as though we're friends and we know each other, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to fill in where I've been up to.
No, we're really not. But tonight has been quite boring. We've been listening, it's been a bit dull.
What, the radio show?
Yeah.
Why don't you switch it off then, you silly muppet?
This radio show?
Well, yeah.
Oh, come on, we've made the effort to come in here.
Just a little bit dry, that's all.
Well, do you know what? It's got a whole lot duller in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. Thanks for calling, Sam.
So.
Unbelievable.
Oh, well, that was disappointing after all the effort.
Happy New Year to you.
Sorry, Sam. Sorry it wasn't up to standard. I do apologise. You can, of course, get full refunds by writing to the Talk Radio management, and they'll be able to sort that out. What a miserable cow she was. Why, really? The last 5 minutes of a show, folks say, it's not been very good. Well, you know. Yeah. See, now that we're talking about this earlier on about the tweets and things, and that'll stick with me now.
Do you know, it's actually affecting me now as well, because I'm thinking, what? But I thought this was great.
And of course, you know what? The show is what it is, and it's different from what I normally do, and it's fine, and it's great, and it's fine, and it's served a purpose. But I'll carry that home with me now.
Yeah.
Sam thought it was boring.
What was it? Dull? Was that the
dull,
word?
Sam thought it was dull.
Jeez, yeah.
Dry.
And she left that until the end of the call.
So we had a little bit of fun.
Yeah, and it sounded upbeat and great. And
then, have some of that.
Yeah, straight in there.
Have some of that. We're coming to the end of a rather dull show. These things happen. Danny, what have you got anything exciting lined up for 2017?
No.
Good. That's what I like. I don't think I've got anything exciting lined up. Just doing more of this rubbish. John, anything?
No, nothing really. Nothing at all. No, absolutely nothing.
JP? Yeah. Come on.
Sorry to disappoint, Ian. No, the only thing I look forward to is New Year's Eve next year, coming in here with the guys and doing a really dull show.
We can have a reunion party.
Yes.
What is she talking about, dull? What does she expect? It's New Year's Eve, for God's sakes. Unbelievable. Eben, listen, we're four old farts, right? You're a young man. The whole future of the world is ahead of you. You've passed your driving test?
No, not yet.
Not yet?
In January, there's been a slight issue because I'm applying for my provisional licence.
Uh-oh.
But I've changed my surname
to
distance myself from my mum.
Okay, right.
Which is good to know.
Yeah.
Out of the way. But it's a pain filling in all those forms, sending in the deed poll.
The changing of because I've changed my surname. Lee is not the surname I was given.
Oh, isn't it?
And I changed it because my surname's Rugby, and no one can spell or say it. And also at the time when I did it, I wasn't getting on with my dad, so it was kind of a thing. But changing your name, have you done it? Have you gone online and done it? But you have to fill in the forms.
And had to get 2 witnesses too.
Changing your name's wonderful. You go onto the government website, you type in what your name was, you type in what you want your name to be. You pay £36.50. I don't know if it was. It was
£90 for me.
Oh, flipping egg, Eben!
Did you have a long name or something?
Yeah.
They saw you come in.
It was fairly long on the end.
They saw you come in. I paid £36.50, and then you press a button, and your name has changed. That's it.
Now that's magic.
Simple as that.
It's so empowering.
I don't think the government sites do it anymore. I had to do it through an external solicitor.
Mate, you were ripped off. The last minute of the show, you were ripped off. Okay. So you got so you got coming up driving license. Anything else exciting for 2017? There's 4 old men trying to live their life vicariously
through you.
Not really, just really work and school.
Yeah, work and school. That's what work and school. I wish I had those issues apart from school and work actually, because they're both suck. Well, listen, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Eben, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you, Ian.
John, up yours.
Thank you.
Danny, thank you very much, mate. Nice to see you again.
Thanks for having me.
Give the podcast one more plug in case
Dredgeland Podcast Spectacular from KTEL. How's that?
Is it as dull as this show?
It's even duller.
There we go. See, if you love dullness, then have some of that. Now, Katherine and I, we think we're back on Monday, but we can't find a schedule that either confirms or denies that. So let's assume that we're back on Monday at 10 o'clock. Don't forget, dear listener, of course, you can download the podcasts. If you go to iTunes and type in Ian Lee, it will pop up. Sam, thank you for your technical help and your magic this evening. Happy New Year, everyone, and up yours.
Talk Radio. Intelligent, organic entertainment.
Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.